talk about it. Smokey Joe Show, we're back. We got Dave Morgan in the building. Killer artist, super cool dude, legend. I remember seeing your work before I met you. I think the first time I met you was at Just Blaze.
Yeah,
I believe it was the first time, and I'd heard about you. I'd seen you, followed on Instagram, and you just have a personality that we just kind of like feel like we mesh well. You know,
yeah, for sure.
You're a chill dude, talented artist. I think what was that at Halloween spray and play or like the Halloween Just Blaze?
I remember what you painted.
Dude, now I feel embarrassed of it.
We did
I
great.
feel like it looked so bad.
You did great, bro. It was the witch.
Right? Yeah, it was
a
witch.
You did a great job. You did like a whole figure.
Mm-hmm.
You went all out. I remember looking over at you. I'm painting like little bust of like a zombie barely doing shit, and I look over, you got like a whole full figure you're painting, and I'm like, damn, this kid's fucking no joke over here, dude. Smokey, okay, he smokes. All right, that's cool, bro. I'm cool. Yeah, you were a super chill dude too, man. So I could tell, you're good people, dude. And it was an honor to meet you. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, dude. Glad to have you on here. So you were just telling me about you nearly drowned last year?
I freaking was at Lake Pleasant last year, probably March, and a friend of mine was like, hey, I want to go fucking like swim, at Lake Pleasant. And I'm like, cool, let's go. So bought some tubes.
That place feels like you're on Mars.
It does, dude. Yeah, especially when you're driving out there. Yeah, the Arizona desert landscape can feel like you're on another planet, dude. Because there's like... It's weird. In some areas, you can see for miles, and the plant life is just very alien-like. You're right, especially when you get closer to Lake Pleasant. And but I was out there, and we had set up. I set up my canopy. I set up a table. We had a little chill spot. Got some seats. Had the tubes all blown up. We're ready to go. And a dust devil comes by, bro, and picks everything up and throws all of our shit into the fucking lake, bro. And
that the wind out there gets crazy.
The wind gets crazy, and it was crazy too because like this dust devil went by like everybody, bro. Most people were right by the shore
with their campers and stuff like that.
Yeah, with their campers, but also just with like their canopy setups because like they kind of like walk down and put their stuff out there.
Yeah,
unless they had a truck, they had their truck up there. But we were kind of like in a little cove area too that kind of went, and it was kind of like a little river, kind of like little cove looking thing.
Okay.
And the dust devil takes our stuff, puts it in the lake, and I look and I see a bunch of paddle boarders and stuff, and I go, you know what? These people will grab our stuff for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I told my friend, don't worry. We get the canopy untwisted and we reset it back up, and I look out there. And it didn't look like anybody who was on the paddle boards was grabbing our stuff. So I go, fuck, being a stupid ass guy, I go, fuck, let me go down there and I'll grab our shit. I'll go swim and I'll fucking grab it, dude. So I get down there, I'm in my sandals, and I get to the edge of the water, and I look down and I see where the cove kind of ends. And I go, okay, the smart thing for me to do would be to just walk around the fucking cove, right? But I go, nah, I'm in decent shape. I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I really don't fucking swim at all. But I'm like, I'm in decent shape. I'll just go swim out and grab the little inflatables, and I'll fucking swim around and grab the rest of our stuff and come back.
Oh.
Dude, I get out there. The wind is
just probably taking it further and further too. It's
exactly.
Hard to tell.
You just said it. The wind was taking it further out into like where the actual lake was, you know what I mean, outside of the cove. So I'm like, fuck, let me go get it. So I go swimming out there, and I get out fine, bro. And I'm getting close, and I'm nowhere near the shit that we need to grab. Like you said, it's getting taken farther and farther out.
Oh.
And now...
Swimming exhausts you too.
Dude, I don't know if it was a current or the wind or whatnot, bro. But I'm not far away from the other side of the cove now. I look, and I'm probably 25, 30 feet away from the other side of the cove. And I'm like, I'm close to where I should be able to get there. I keep swimming. Yeah. Bro, I look back up. I'm not moving, bro. I was in an area where I wasn't fucking moving. And now I go, shit. I'm in a spot where it's not allowing me to get closer to the fucking shore here. I'm starting to lose energy. So,
and you're getting pulled further out?
It's almost like I was just standing, like the way the water current was, it was just keeping me like in. You know how they have those like lap pools where like dudes swim in it and they're staying in like one spot because the water jet's hitting them.
Yeah,
it was some shit going on like that, bro. But it wasn't like that when I first got in. Like the spot that I first got into, I was able to get out, and then I got to a spot where I'm just stuck. So I go,
maybe in that cove it was like spinning the water around or something.
It had to have been, bro. And like I turn around and I look, and I remember looking back going, okay, I got to swim back. And I look back, and the shore on the other side was way far away. And I knew when I looked at it, I don't have the energy to swim all the way back there, bro.
Oh my god.
And like the panic sets in, and when the panic sets in, your muscles tense, bro.
Yeah.
And like now I'm not swimming, bro. I'm chopping the water. And
just doggy paddle, or are you getting frantic?
You gotta float. You gotta float on your back.
Okay, yeah.
Here's the thing about it, bro.
Try to find your happy place.
You gotta float on your back. I got a big ass head, so like when I was a kid, I tried to float, and I couldn't float because my head would always like go underwater.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
it never came to me like in the moment while that was happening. I never thought to float, bro. So I just kind of...
You're like frantic, I got to get out of here.
I got to get out of here. And I started chopping the water. Thank God there's a paddleboarder. And I was like, hey, could you go? Hey, I need your help. And the paddleboarder came. Thank God. They saved me. I mean, I would have drowned right there. So I grabbed the paddleboard. They're like, let's go back. I'm like, no, we got to get to the shore. Like, I'm almost so weak I can't hold on to the paddleboard. So we go to the other side. We get to their side. I take a breather for like 15, 20 minutes.
Lay down on the rocks and stuff.
Yeah, just laid there breathing. And then I got on the paddleboard, and this girl like got me back to the other side. And my friend was like, what's going on? You know, is everything okay? And I didn't want to like freak him out. So I'm like, I did almost drown. But I was like, I did almost die right there. But like, fuck it. We brought beer. We brought some, we're trying to have fucking fun. Like, I'm not fucking this up.
Live once.
Bro, straight up. I'm alive.
I got something to celebrate now.
I got something to celebrate, bro. And then...
Damn, that is scary.
They grabbed our stuff, too. The people on the other paddleboards grabbed our stuff. And I told my friend, I go, give me 20 minutes, I'll be good to go. But what happened in that moment, dude, that I've never really felt, is I was living... When I got out of the water on the other side, I was now living in the moment. And dude, I was looking at the fucking ants on the ground and thankful for the ants. I was looking at the pebble on the ground and going, thank God for this fucking pebble.
Yeah.
Like the sun, like everything I was just so thankful for, because everything was just almost gone, bro. That was it. I was almost dead, dude.
Yeah.
And there's something subconscious that happens to you in those moments. Dude, this euphoria that hits you, you almost get this fucking high of life, bro. And I just felt I felt very at peace, bro. Everything was fucking awesome. I was just so thankful to be alive, dude.
Yeah.
And my friend was like, do you want to go? I'm like, nah, we're going to fucking just give me a second. Let's get back out there. We went back out there. We had a great time. I chilled on the little floatables. We drank and we fucking hung out. But like, I think that was living in the moment, bro.
A new level of like appreciation.
Appreciation,
life, you
bro.
can get so caught up in this and that. This is a problem. And then when things get stripped from you like
everything was gone.
Like you saw your life flash before your eyes, and it's like all those other problems, I imagine, just go away, and you're like, I'm just thankful that I'm here. And that's how I would love to live my life like that every day.
I think that's
have you brought that?
I try to consciously, like, I can't get back to that, like, euphoric, like, high.
Yeah.
But I try to remember, like, dude, I'm especially doing that now because fucking world's so crazy now. But I'm trying to like be like, let me be thankful for just the fucking small shit and everything. Yeah. Like looking at a pen and being like, isn't that a fucking nice pen, dude? You know, like, just tiny shit because you're just thankful to be existing and doing shit. So
what a better way to live too.
Yeah, I scared the shit out of my friend though, but we're good. We're back to it there because they didn't want to. You know, they're like, I almost fucking killed you. It's like it's not your fault. It's not your fault. You're good. You know what I mean? And they told me, they're like, I almost killed you. I'm like, no. Like, listen, I'm alive, and had I died, it would have not been your fault.
Yeah,
You know what I
you
mean?
guys can't
Like,
be more
that's on
stressed
me.
out than me right now.
Well, I jumped in the water.
Yeah.
My stupid fucking dumbass jumped in the water. That's
Yeah.
100% my fault. It has nothing to do with you. But you know what? We're alive. Fucking let's sit back. Let's drink a little bit.
Thank God you're alive, dude.
Thanks, dude. Thank you, bro. And there's a reason, bro.
There's a reason.
There's a reason, right? So
yeah.
there's some art. There's some more art, or there's something I got to do. Maybe help somebody do something. Who knows, bro?
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, okay. Do you have anything on YouTube?
I do have one video.
Okay, why is this not working? All right, we're gonna cut this. I gotta figure this out. I didn't realize this thing was running.
I like how everything has like Smokey Joe. Dude, that's dope, dude.
Daisy got me this.
Nice.
Like, because so there was a time I was Smokey Joe when I was like younger. My older brother's friends used to call me Smokey Joe because my voice sounded like a smoker. Or I forget. And then all my buddies,
hey guys.
all my buddies, like from like 16 till like I came down to Arizona, everybody called me Smokey Joe. That's like, that was just my nickname. Like all my buddies.
You had the good smoke, man.
Shout out my buddies back in Washington.
Nice.
Everybody knew me around the area as Smokey Joe.
Nice.
When I was growing up, I didn't live with my parents from like 16 to almost on. And my parents and I have like a very good relationship now. But honestly, I was kind of a shithead. There was a lot of things going on. It was just one of those. There was like a 2 or 3 year period there, and it just happened to be like the
you're a little
end of high
shithead kid.
school.
Everybody was a shithead kid, dude.
And I got it out of
was
my
a shithead
system,
kid.
I think.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
That's
I don't
normal.
have a resurgence. But yeah, and it was a perfect storm, which was awesome. But also, like my buddy Dylan, he inherited like 200 grand,
Nice.
and I just was friends with him at that point. And then his house, he just bought a house or he rented out a place. And so it just became like,
Party
we
house.
called it Skrillville. And this was when I was in high school. And I just lived there on the couch. I think I paid like $200. He didn't even make me pay rent at first. And then I started paying like $200 in rent. And then it was just the house. I mean, there was such fun parties. Like we'd have people come over from all the schools around the area. And like parties where like the cops brought the paddy wagon out. We were hiding up in the attic, me and a few people. Dude, crazy. There was one where the cops came in, they were knocking, and the craziest part is his dad, shout out Bob, we call him Bob, he lived there too. So this is like a sitcom, dude. This should have been this could be a sitcom. It's like, his dad
That's
was
awesome.
kind of like out on his luck a little bit, and he's gotten his self together, but at this point, he was kind of just like, for lack of a better term, like an alcoholic, and would just drink Steel Reserves like all day, and we were just like young, like stoners, and like just get a whole bunch of different potions and mixtures, you know,
Party mode, dude.
going through it all the time, you know, and the cops knocked on his window. He's asleep when we would have parties. He would sleep in there. He had this big one of those like whistle looking fans. You know, and it was like a wind tunnel in his room, and he was just passed
Like
out.
a shop fan?
Yeah, like a big one, like those big blue ones. Like if you have like a water restoration.
He knows what's up, that guy.
He was hilarious too.
Because it's a noise maker too. You know?
Exactly, and he was like, there would be hundreds of people, like 100 people in this house, and it's not the biggest house. And his dad would just be sleeping in there, and occasionally he'd come out in the hallway and just like. Like
get some water.
Dude, yeah.
Like half naked in his boxers and shit.
Bro, it was so funny. But one
That's
of the
awesome.
times the cops opened up his window and like thought he was like one of the partiers. He's like, no, I'm like an adult. I was just sleeping. They grab him out. Dude, we were scattering like rats. Like people were going out the backyard. There was a little river in the back. So people were like running up the river.
Oh, that's awesome.
Crazy. People were hiding in the trees. It was insane.
I love it, bro.
There was some fun times.
That's
there,
reminiscent of my youth a little bit too, man. Yeah, running from the police,
yeah.
and going to giant parties with like hundreds of kids and shit. And you ran from the police. They say kids nowadays just turn themselves in, bro. We were of the generation, no. We run from the cops, bro. Like, I'm not trying to condone that, but when the cops came to the party and maybe you had a little bit of fucking ganja on you, a little bit of whatever, bro. It was like, time to fucking go, dude.
And it was, in a way, and I don't condone this either, but it was fun.
It was fun, dude.
It felt like some cops and robbers stuff.
It did, dude. Especially if you got away.
I'm not
Yeah, you
getting
gotta
caught. I'm not gonna sit there today and have to tell you. So like, I'm just dipping.
They can't catch all of you.
yeah. And a few people did get caught,
Sure.
but that's on them.
That's on them. They were slow. Too
That's
slow.
on them.
Sorry,
Yeah.
man.
Okay. What is the video here?
It's called Remembrance.
Okay.
And then just David Morgan.
I just recently have gotten like close with him from like third rail.
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh. All right, quick intermission again. This is why I need a producer.
This should be part of the video, though, dude. Like,
Yeah,
it's all good.
I'll keep a
We'll make it
few
work.
of these
Yeah,
in.
look at-
It's great television here.
Yeah.
I want to do 10 episodes. You're at 7.
Okay. Ooh,
Number 7.
dude, lucky. Hey, let me get it. Yeah, thanks, bro.
Lucky
I was gonna
number
say
7,
cheers to
dude.
that.
Lucky
Lucky number 7. Thank you,
Cheers
bro.
to that. Yeah, dude.
That's a good number.
Yeah, dude. And I have like from the start, I had like a list of people that I wanted to interview, and so far it's gone so well. I had one person say they didn't want their episode out, which was a little bit of a bummer. But besides that, everything's gone like perfectly. And dude, I've got some in the works right now, some really interesting. Like I just love this stuff. I'm always like talking to like Isaac. When I was like first, like most of the artists that I like look up to or like that, I'm like, oh, these. I just have always been so interested in like learning about people's life stories, like why they became an artist, like what they think about certain topics. Because you see things online, you see like kind of like groupthink ideas,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
fuck yeah.
I'd like to talk to people and figure out like what
Who is this
what do
person?
they think about
Yeah.
this stuff, you know?
What's making them tick?
Yeah, I think I think it's just so interesting. Okay, here we go. Let's hope this one works.
Stabbed right here.
Dang.
I got stabbed right across the street, dude.
What was this? Where? Oh, was that your mural?
Yeah, Guerrero
Sick,
Park
dude.
used to be known as Rotary Park,
All right, we're back.
and
We might keep a lot of that in. Who knows?
a huge honor to be able to paint this too. And this was just it was a Vadio, dude. That's straight up, legit Vadio.
What is that, a
I'm
Vadio?
a white guy from the fucking west side, bro. You know what I mean?
From the west side.
Yeah, I
yeah.
grew up. The high school I went to and the schools I went to.
Coyotes, baby.
It was Coyotes.
Yeah,
It was-
dude.
it was-
Centennial.
Probably half white people, half Mexican. You know what I mean?
Yep. Big
and
football school too.
I love it, bro, and I love the Mexican culture. I've always respected it. I've always loved it. And but out here, it's like, dude, it's real hood, and they're good people, bro. They're close. There's a lot of really good people that have lived in that neighborhood for a long time, and they represent it. So it was a gigantic honor to be able to paint something there, and it was a very interesting
Big mural
experience.
too, dude.
The neighborhood knew we were going to be out there, and everybody that lived in the area was super fucking cool, dude.
They'd come out and
Dude, there'd be straight up like fucking dudes rolling up in fucking brand new Mercedes, dude. Roll down the window, full face tats. They're fucking some heavy fucking like drug dealer dudes.
yeah.
And I'd be like, holy shit. And they'd be like, hey, we love the mural, bro. Fucking keep it up, dude. And
That's
I'm like,
a good
thanks,
feeling,
bro.
bro.
Now who
Be
got
like,
pissed
watch my
off
back.
at me? I had a
Watch my back out here, guys.
watch my back, please. And I had almost a cop attack me out here when I was painting. And then
Oh.
I had a older lady who came up one time, and I guess she owned a property in the area. And I thought she was going to be like, hey, I like what you're painting.
Yeah.
But she came up to me and she's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I'm painting a mural for the neighborhood. We're painting murals all over this neighborhood to try to, just bring some creativity and some good vibes to
bring
it and
some
everything.
color to all these cinder block walls we have around here.
This lady was like, it looks like shit. I wasn't expecting it. She was probably like fucking 80 years old. I knew she wasn't from the neighborhood
Oh my
when she pulled up in like a brand new Cadillac, bro.
bro.
And I'm not trying to like talk shit, but she was like, I fucking hate it. You need to leave. I'm going to
No,
call the
that's
cops
crazy.
on you. And I'm like, no, the cops know I'm out here, I think. And then I'm supposed to be out here painting,
Yeah.
like it's a whole planned thing that we're doing this out here. So that was
That's
a little bit weird. I had to
crazy.
tell her like, please, could you please leave?
Yeah,
Like I'm just trying to get this done.
Out of
dude.
here, lady.
Yeah.
That's crazy that somebody. I mean, you got to think what's going on in her head. She's got to be in a rough spot to feel that passionate about not wanting beautiful artwork.
I think
That
sometimes,
sucks.
you know what I mean? When you get older, you get a little bit crankier. And if you see something that makes you mad, it sets you off. I think she got set off and she
Hold on.
was just like, I'm going to let this fucking dude know. I think
I
sometimes
hope we
the
never
people,
get like that.
I hope I never get like that,
Oh.
but I almost don't blame her. You know, elderly lady, dude. Like, I can't fucking judge her, bro. But it was kind of like, I wasn't expecting it. But I had
No,
a
that sucks.
great experience. But I had a cop almost fucking attack me out here too, dude.
Just didn't, is he like wear your permits type of stuff?
Well, he
or?
pulled up, and I'm painting there with an art assistant that I had
We got
with
him.
me. Yeah, and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I have a mask on. I'm covered in paint. I have paint cans. You know how it is, bro. You got paint cans all over the place. I got fucking gloves on. I got the mask on. I got spray paint. He goes, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, I pull the mask off. I'm like, I'm painting this mural,
Yeah.
and I'm super chill. And
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, so were you arguing with your girlfriend in the park across the street?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, "Dude, he wasn't listening to anything I was saying, and he just kept this line of questioning to where he's like, so where'd your girlfriend go?" And I'm like, "My girlfriend." And he's like, who's this right here? And I'm like, "This is my friend. She's helping me paint." And she's like, "Yeah, I'm not dating him. I don't have a boyfriend. He's not." And he gets out of his car, bro. And he had this intensity about him to where I could sense, bro. I don't know if you're like this, but as a man, bro, like, I have an instinct, bro. I could tell when somebody wants to punch me in the fucking face, bro. There's a look that that a
instigating.
dude will give you.
Yeah.
There's an energy that somebody will give you when I could tell they want to get physical, bro. And this cop had that energy, bro, and it was like escalating, dude. Escalating to where I could tell it was going to turn into a situation where he was finding a reason to just kind of beat me up, bro. And pulls his car up, gets out of his
It's the
car.
worst.
And he's not listening to anything I'm telling him. Like, as he's asking me these questions and I'm answering him, like, I'm out here painting. I'm with this nonprofit that hired us to do this.
He's got an agenda.
He's going, so where's your girlfriend at? So why were you arguing in the park? So, why were you cussing? We got calls for you from the neighborhood people. And he's getting more aggressive, bro. And he's getting
if I had a
closer
girlfriend,
to me.
I would know.
I would know.
Yeah.
And I started to get that feeling like, oh, this ain't good because he's a cop.
Yeah.
Like, I can't, whatever this dude decides to do, I can't resist this dude.
Yeah.
I got saved by the lady who owns this house. Her name is Becky. She knew the cop, and she came out, and she goes, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing?" She goes, "That's the fucking painter, dumbass." She's like, "Go harass the fucking homeless people that you know are always arguing in the park. This is our fucking artist painting a mural."
Yeah, go find real criminals.
As soon as he saw
Do
her,
your
bro,
job.
his eyes changed, bro.
Mm.
He was focused in on me. He wasn't listening to my answers that I was giving him. He was just had this line of questions that were leading him as he's getting closer to me to where he's going to do something physical to me, dude.
Oh, God.
As soon as she fucking yelled at him, he's like snapped out of it. And I feel like she knew him somehow from the neighborhood.
Oh.
And she was like, "Yo, dumbass, like, this ain't the fucking dude you're trying to get." And he was like, "Oh, hey, Becky." His demeanor fucking changed. He fucking laughed.
There was a witness now.
Bro, he got in his fucking car and he drove away, dude.
Ooh.
But, like, before that happened, it was going to be me probably getting fucking beat up or tased by this fucking dude, man, for sure. So,
dude, that sucks so bad about, like, cops is, like, we need good cops.
Sure.
Like, you need good cops. But some reason that job, sometimes just
tough job.
the worst people want to be in that job, which sucks. You know what I mean? Because you need good cops. But, like, similar stuff skateboarding as a kid, you'd get just, like, this guy that is, like, just such a jerk to, like, kids that are skating and, like, "Oh, we're going to take you." It's like, dude, we're skateboarding in this parking garage, like.
Power trip.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, you wish that that job only had good people in it, but the truth is there's bad people in every job, but it's like that one particular, it's so important to have good ones. And then you got a guy that's just freaking out about somebody painting.
And he's got the authority.
And that authority power trip goes to people's head. And, oh, dude.
It was scary, dude.
Oh.
Because I can't
because there's nothing you can
anything.
say.
I have to just, whatever he decides to do, bro. Like, I'm not going to resist.
Thing.
But I could tell he was trying to get to a point where it was like punching me in the head or doing something to me. So it was meant to be that she ran out and saved my ass. And you know what? Like you just said, bro, there's good cops and there's bad cops, bro.
Yeah.
And it's a tough job and it's not a job for everybody. And it's got to be, it's just, they run into so many different scenarios. There's so many different personality types that they deal with that I feel like after a certain amount of time, like I think some of them probably become a little bit messed up from the job where they start looking at
100%.
everybody like everybody is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And that's just my assumption, but that's kind of
No,
how I feel.
100%.
I have family who used to be in law enforcement. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So like
The
high
good
up in
ones, you
law
gotta,
enforcement
like-
too. So
I
But-
praise the good ones. Like,
Yeah.
shout out to the good ones because you meet some bad ones, and that is some power that you do not want bad people to have.
yeah, you don't want him to have that, and you know, maybe he was just having a bad day. Nothing ultimately happened. So, and it was a neighborhood where shit really goes down too, man. So that dude was probably like, he was maybe a little bit more on edge to be like, what's this dude doing here, bro? So there was a little bit of like looking at me, being like, I don't like this guy, just by looking at me. So I get it, but
gosh.
it worked out for the best, man. And at the end of the day, I was able to put up a mural up there that I hope brought a little bit of inspiration and color to the neighborhood, bro.
Sick. Is
You
that
know?
mural still up?
It's still up. I was able to meet a guy who has a mural down the street from there that had been up since I think the late 70s or the 80s too.
Dang.
His name is Dave too, and he's an OG
Fellow
from
Dave.
there. Really cool
OG
dude,
Dave.
and he's still doing art and he's still painting, and it's like, bro, to see guys that have been doing it like that for 30, 40 years, bro, and they never really, like, now they're getting now they're getting the respect they should have been, but they've been chipping away for the last fucking 30 years and shit. It was cool to meet a guy like that. Dave Martinez, shout out.
Shout out Dave Martinez. Does he have Instagram?
I think he has an Instagram. He
If he
definitely
does,
has like
we'll throw
a
it
Facebook.
right here.
Yeah, for sure. And so it was just an honor to be able to paint there.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what was going on there, man.
Dude, that's like, did you grow up in AZ?
Dude, believe it or not, yeah, I was born in Peoria, and then I grew up on the west side, and then I lived all around the valley, man. So I could see I love Arizona. You know, it's a part of me, but I could see myself one day moving.
Where would you want to
I think I'd like to move to a place where I could go up north, maybe, or I could go to like Oregon, or I could go to like Northern Cali.
Or
I
Pacific
could go
Northwest?
yeah, bro.
To
It's
like
just
AZ?
so beautiful.
Everybody that grows up down here wants to move up there, and then everybody from up there wants to move down to where it's hotter. You don't get as much rain.
It's
That's
weird,
where I came
right?
from, Seattle.
Yeah, because you were around, same kind of climate and stuff, and
Yep.
it's so nice. My brother lived in Northern California for 15 years, so I'd go up there and visit him in like Arcata, Humboldt area, and like seeing just that climate and the vibe up there by the ocean, like those negative ions, like everybody is super chill, everybody just wants to fucking hang out, just party and have a good fucking time, dude. And it's like that down here. Except for when it starts to heat up, people get a little bit testy, dude.
The summer's a lot.
You know how it is, like, if you've lived here long enough, once the summer comes, you almost just kind of, like, have to tune it out. But if you're not used to that heat, you start to go fucking crazy, dude. So I've lived 40 years of, like, every time a summer comes, seeing people fucking freak the fuck out. And after a while, you're just like, I'm sick of being around that energy of people freaking out every time it starts to heat up, bro.
You want to switch?
I just want to, I love Arizona.
Yeah.
I love Phoenix. I love this place, bro. It's connected to me. It always will be.
Yeah.
But I could see myself moving one of these days to a place where it's a little bit more, I got more greenery, bro.
Yeah, it's nice I think it's nice to get a change.
Yeah,
wherever you're
for
at,
sure.
You know, like, and the grass is always greener, but sometimes it's just like, nah, this is definitely going to be greener for me because it's such a change from where I came from.
Yeah.
You
If
know?
not for a couple years, you know what I mean? Just to have that change, for a little bit.
Because I've met so many people here that are like, oh, I'd love to live in Seattle. And I'm like, no, I love Seattle. I love living there. It was an awesome place to grow up. Great friends from there. But like the rain, going to school, just like freezing, getting into school. You go to like all through middle school, you're in like portables, at least the school I went to. So it's just like clammy in there, musty. You're running from class to class, and it's raining. Oh, dude, like soccer practice, or like I grew up skateboarding, so it's like a lot of the year you can't go skateboard. So it's like there's so many things where like I'm coming down to AZ, I'm like, I love it here. Even when it's hot, I'm like, I still enjoy that a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, the 115 I could live without, but you know what I mean? It's like, it's still like cool. It still feels like a vacation to me here.
It's
I've
different
lived here
though,
for like
yeah.
over 10 years now.
Oh, you're a native now at this point.
Yeah.
Bro, if you've been here for longer than 4 years, you're fucking basically a native, dude. You've dealt with enough summers to where you know what it's about. You know what I mean?
I like the
You can deal with
stormy
it.
season here. Like the monsoon season. I love that season. When you
Beautiful.
start to be able to put on a sweatshirt,
Yeah.
you know, like that, like fall,
Oh, yeah.
late summer, fall. I love that season here. And the winter is incredible.
Bro,
I remember like skateboarding on, like when I came down here for school, like skateboarding around campus, and my buddies up in Washington, like going to like Washington State, they're like trudging through the snow and stuff. I'm like, this is so much better.
You're like sending them pictures, pissing them off and shit. Yeah. Classic.
Although that would be, it is fun to be in the snow with your buddies too.
Sure,
Like,
dude, yeah.
there's cool parts of that too.
What is snow again? No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What is that?
Yeah, it's a mythical thing here.
Yeah. I don't believe in it, bro. It's all fucking, it's all conspiracy. But no, yeah, you're right. Opposite, it's kind of green. The grass is greener, but there is something to that too at the same time. But you're right. Like, dude, when it's fucking raining here, I remember being a kid and sitting on the back porch.
Yeah.
And we used to have thunderstorms, bro, to where shit would,
love it.
dude, it would vibrate your fucking house, bro.
I love
We'd be
it.
sitting, it'd be going on for fucking hours, dude. Raining fucking cats and dogs. Every now and again, we'll get a thunderstorm like that, but back in the fucking 90s and 80s, dude,
Oh, it was
it was
more?
fucking hardcore as far as thunderstorms go.
Really?
Big time.
So you think it hasn't been, because there's been some, I
Here
mean,
and there.
I'm thinking like the last few years, but I remember coming down here, maybe it was just because it was such a change, because Washington is like, it's just continual kind of rain, but you don't have that incredible storms.
Yeah.
Like you don't have those like shake the house, crazy lightning. It's more just like a drizzle
Yeah.
most of the year. You know, it's like you get rain and everything, and heavy rains, but it's not as like here, when you have crazy storms, it like, yeah, like you're saying, shakes the house.
Oh, yeah.
The streets fill up with,
They were
it's
epic.
like, it's epic. Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a minute, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It was like
Now
that
I'm
back
thinking,
in the day.
yeah, there hasn't been. I mean, you get storms, but I mean, you would know more than me.
Well, we get haboobs now. You know what I mean? We get the
Yeah.
dust storms and stuff, which to me is a challenge, bro. When I see a haboob coming and I'm in a car, I'm
I'm gonna
like,
go fight this thing.
ain't shit.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
haboob, you're gonna fucking. I'm gonna see a little fucking like bag in the road. Like this ain't anything, bro. And I feel like this. We're the best drivers now because so many people have moved here. We have so many different styles of driving,
Mm.
and then you get the people that are going crazy from the heat, so they're super aggressive. We got the giant trucks. If
Yeah.
you survive on the Arizona Phoenix streets, you're some of the best drivers out there.
You survived the I-17.
You survive. You have to be defensive and aggressive. Am I wrong?
No,
You
for
like
sure.
you know when to be defensive. Which
For sure.
90% of the time you're driving defensively, but there's certain times where you have to fucking be aggressive.
Oh, especially
You
when
know.
those streets fill up with water, or yeah, haboob.
Oh yeah, haboob, or it's too hot. People are starting to lose it, and it's like,
you're in your car, just like
yeah.
your AC goes out. You ever have your AC go out?
Oh, dude, I drove in a car for years with no AC. Dude. I
Bless-
used to call it the
bless you,
fucking
Dave.
sweat box,
Bless
bro.
you, Dave.
You know what I mean?
That's brutal.
When I was
dude.
younger, I don't think I could handle it now, bro.
I've had it a few times, and with my like work car, when I had my other car, and the AC was out, and I just show up to jobs. I'm just like, I hope they're not there because look like I just got out of
Sure.
a hot tub.
Yep. You're soaking wet.
Yeah.
Your shirt's completely damp from your fucking sweat and shit.
Yeah.
Like
and you
if-
open the window, but it's just hotter air blowing in.
Yeah. Like, was there a point in taking a shower? Like, I guess I had
Exactly.
less BO. You know what I mean? But it's like I'm completely soaked in my own sweat.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Dude, so when did you get into art? So you grew up here, you went to high school, Centennial.
Yep.
Were you, because did they have an art program there? Because
Oh,
I
yeah.
talked to a few of their like Stuco students. And dude, honestly, the people that I met there were dope. I mean, my school, everybody has issues with their school, you know, it's just kind of a thing. High school was like an awkward situation, but the people that I met there were really cool.
Yeah. Great people.
And were you in art? Involved in
yeah.
art there?
Yeah, big time. So Chris Berman was my art teacher. I'm not sure if he's still an art teacher there. I think he was an art teacher for like 20 or so years.
Oh, wow.
Great fucking art teacher. I was blessed, dude, to where like my dad used to teach art at Washington High School for 11 years. before I was born.
Oh,
So,
really?
like-
So you got it in your veins.
So, well, yeah, and also like they encouraged it. So I was lucky enough to where like as a kid, my dad was encouraging me to like not even necessarily draw, but get into like little projects like, oh, let's customize this little model car.
The little
And-
wood ones?
Yeah, the little
Dude,
wood one, the little racer.
I did that
with
with
the
my dad, too.
Yeah, bro. Like, hey,
I would
dude,
like
right?
race them at like church.
Yeah.
We would do it at church.
That's where we
so
did it, bro.
sick, dude.
Yeah, the little wooden, you could kind of carve, they give you the base, like little wooden thing, and you could carve them out, and you put like a little weight in it and shit.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Same, and it has a little slant that you.
Yep. And then you go race them against everybody. I swear somebody was like WD-40 in their wheels, or they were using illegal parts, because some of these guys would haul, and I was like,
Right.
I remember I painted mine like red, and I was like, this thing's gonna win, and I didn't even win. But did you?
I don't think we ever won, dude, but we had cool looking cars, you know what I mean?
It was so
yeah,
fun.
I didn't win either. Yeah, you're right. There's always somebody who had some crazy ass fucking car that fucking beat everyone's ass, but
yeah.
we had fun, man. So there was that, and then in elementary school, Cerro Verde had a art teacher, David Fuller, who was like a legit fucking artist. Like a good fucking artist.
Canvases, murals, what was he doing?
You know what?
Oil, acrylic, do you remember?
I don't necessarily remember what he was doing, but I remember every single week, bro, he got colored chalk and he would do a badass fucking like piece on the chalkboard. Like legitimate.
Dude, that's sick.
Every week, bro.
That's dope.
And we weren't just drawing. It was like, hey, we're going to do ceramics this week. Hey, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. So it's like, and then during recess, if you didn't want to go outside and like play with the kids and shit, you could go inside and just like work on art projects.
Oh.
And I was
Dude,
like,
that's
fuck,
so
dude, let me
sick.
fucking chill in here and play games and work on art projects and shit. So I was lucky to have David Fuller, Cerro Verde.
Shout out.
If you see
David
this,
Fuller.
shout out. David Fuller, yeah, for sure.
Shout out. Good teachers are so important.
Dude, so
I always
important.
had,
So
I don't know,
important.
my school, there was like a few that I really liked, and I'll remember them forever, but I had a lot of duds, and they ain't watching this anyway, so who cares?
Fuck 'em.
But, yeah, but there was some really bad ones, dude, but there was also some great ones. Mr. Rashik, he was awesome. He was a great art teacher, but
I can name a
I was
background now.
I was kind of out. I wasn't I always liked doing art, but like I never thought like it would be like, I never thought I would do murals. I just always was like drawing. We would draw like these little like, me and a couple of my friends, we would draw like these comic books of like people in
Okay.
class. And like, it would be everybody like that was like in our group or like in our class. We would draw like comics. And it was like a thing we did
shit.
for a long time of like, it would be like funny stuff like this guy's shooting him, this guy's jumping and getting in an airplane or getting a helicopter and he's flying away. And like just funny stuff. So I like
That's legit.
doodling in your books and stuff like that. But so elementary, you had a good teacher?
I could tell though you had a creative mind, bro. Just from the way that you
Skateboarding,
described
pretty creative.
that with your action scenes and stuff like that with your friends.
Yeah.
That's not your regular comic book, bro. You're infusing all these different creative like elements and just things inside of it. You have a creative mind. Obviously, you have a fucking creative mind.
Well,
But
dude,
even at a young age, you were displaying that for sure, bro.
dude, I look back and I'm like, that was probably like my first time of like using, and I didn't even think about it at the time, but like getting some sort of reward from art was like putting my friends and putting people in my classes into art and like seeing their reactions. Cause like, I don't know, like you kind of want your art to be seen, right? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
and it sounds very selfish, but I think inside of every artist, like
Oh, yeah.
you're not just painting something and put it in a closet. You know, you kind of want your art to be seen, and you want like a good reaction. And that was probably like my first like positive reaction from it.
Yeah. No, you're
I
right.
don't know.
You're 100% right. We like. It's gonna sound kind of fucking like goofy, but like we like the attention, bro. Like same with me. I remember being in grade school.
100%. I'd be lying if you
Yeah.
don't like likes, you don't like comments, all that stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'd be lying.
Get that little rush going on. But then also as a kid, like, dude, I did the same thing, man. I remember drawing like Stussy S's, and
Oh,
like, there was fucking different like Top Dog. The fucking I would draw like different Top Dog characters and different
Sick.
like Gene Code Gene fucking characters, and I would sell them to kids for a couple bucks to buy nutty
Sick.
bars and shit.
Yep.
Just- I
Student
didn't-
store.
I didn't need the couple bucks, but it was the validation and like
Yeah.
like
Somebody wants
Kids
to buy
liked
this?
it. It was like, fuck yeah, dude. You know,
Yeah.
I'm getting a nutty bar for this shit. Like, hell yeah, dude. So that was the beginning. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude, okay, so that was like, do you have like a time in particular where you like felt that feeling? Maybe not at the time you noticed it, but like looking back, you're like, that was probably the first like positive reaction to my art. Where I was like, you felt that like, this is, whether it's like this is acceptance from the group, or this is like something that, you know, you had a positive reaction from, or like you got somebody to laugh with your art or whatever. It was just a positive thing. Do you remember that?
You know what, dude?
Or one that stands out early days?
I was kind of lucky, bro, to where I started early, dude. And I used to just, dude, I probably, and this is going to sound fucking freakish, dude. I was almost like a Children of the Corn kind of fucking kid almost, dude. Because, like, from fucking, I don't know, man, 3 years old to probably 18 years, 17 years old, I almost drew every single fucking day, dude.
Really?
Like, almost every single day, bro.
Wow.
And
just drawing pencil stuff?
Just drawing with pencils, dude.
And were you painting then too?
I didn't really, I didn't mess around with painting till I was a freshman in high school.
Oh, okay.
So the year 2000 I was a freshman in high school, so I was painting too.
But you were always just sketching stuff.
Yeah, so as a young kid, I was drawing Ninja Turtles and shit, and like my mom's friends and stuff would
Dragon
be like,
Ball Z.
oh, look at that, that's cute, he's doing a good job with that. You know, so that was like probably the earliest thing, you know what I mean? With my mom's friends or my dad's friends or something
like
that.
A mom's friend tells you that, you're like, oh yeah.
You're like, yeah, let's go get Pizza Hut.
The girls like me now. Yeah, that's such a good feeling, dude.
And you always seek out the other artists. Like, I remember being in school and being like, who's that other artist? And then you inevitably get to know each other, and then that creates like a friendship there. Mm-hmm. You start hanging out with them and playing N64 and Sega and shit and just fucking, you know what I mean? So
yeah. Do you remember?
Anybody could start at any age, though, as far as creativity, though. You know, I'm not trying to say you got to start young, but for me, it was a thing where I started young. So.
Well, that's something I'm always so interested in, is like why people get into this, because there's so many different reasons why people get into this, and I love the story of like you did this, like it was just natural, like you were just doing it from a kid, or as a kid, because you just enjoyed doing it.
Yeah, and there was a part of me, dude, like, my dad taught art, and I remember being a kid, and my dad, every now and again, would go, what do you want me to draw? And I go, draw me a dinosaur, and he'd draw me a little fucking dinosaur, and it looked really good, and I'd be like, draw me a pirate. And then I got to a certain age, dude, where he would start to draw stuff, and I'd go, give me the pencil, I'm going to draw that better than you. So at a certain point, bro, I was like, fuck that, give me that. I'm going to fucking... So...
The student becomes the teacher.
Where the student becomes the teacher, bro, is like, I don't know what age I was, but that was the age where it's like, that's when that artist fucking... Mm-hmm. The artist that we know of being the person who wants to put their art out there and have people look at it and enjoy it and whatever. There's something in me where I looked at it and go, I think I could do that, and I want to get my own shit out there, dude. So. And
do you think your dad was a big part of instilling that? My mom was for me. Definitely. My dad's not really, he doesn't really do the art stuff as much, but my mom taught me how to draw like a tree for the first time. I remember these like pivotal things. We would set up this little like, you know those projectors that like it sat on top of the art and then it projected on the wall? Yeah. I would do like Dragon Ball Z characters and stuff like all in my garage. So she was big, but your dad was...
Same, bro. No, it was all my dad, bro. Yeah,
That's cool.
I owe it all to my dad, dude. Yeah, I mean, that was the first, probably the same with your mom, dude. It's like that first influence is kind of like, you know, my brother did art, my sister did art at the time too. They're both very creative. And then at the time, we happened to live by like artists and shit. And it was just pure luck. Like we didn't fucking go out of our way. We just happened to live by people who did art professionally. So I'd see them as a kid too. And that was just luck.
Your dad was just friends with them?
Friends with them. They lived in the area. And so there was.
Do you know any of them to this day?
Yeah, I mean, I should, bro, but I don't really communicate with them. Like,
yes, a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. There was a guy named Bill Arndt that lived up north, and I remember going into his studio. He's a badass, bro. He's still alive. He's probably like close to 90 years old. But I mean, he was an unbelievable artist. Probably one of the best painters I've ever seen. And like at a young age, I don't know if it was Blessing or a curse, though, dude, because it's like,
Comparison.
well, you look at it, and as a kid, you don't know that you can make a living from it. You just know it's this thing that you like to do.
Yeah.
But then when you run into somebody who's making like a living, like a really like, hey, I fucking am making a shit ton of money every year from this.
And their art looks so out of touch of like, I could never do that.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he was godlike. Like looking at
Yeah.
his art as a kid, it was like, what? Like that is this level that's so high up above that I'll ever reach. I can't even fathom it.
Yeah.
But it was like, there's a bar though.
Yeah.
I can't see it, but there's a bar, and if I get to that bar, I'll be driving around in a Ferrari, bro. I'll have 10 houses, dude. I'll be living in Europe. I'll be fucking out my own private plane. Not saying he had all that, but he was making. You can look him up, dude. This guy, he would sell a painting for $150,000.
Wow.
He's in that southwestern art world, bro.
Oh,
to
sick,
where
dude.
people come here, they got their Arizona house or these different golf clubs, and they want to fill it with southwestern art.
Yeah.
And those people got that, dude.
If you're talented at it and you make your little niche there,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good lane to get into.
And he was in
Galleries and stuff. Was he in galleries?
Oh yeah. He fucking was huge, bro. Like he had different shows with other southwestern artists and stuff in Tucson and whatnot. And
That's awesome.
I remember being in high school going to one of his shows, and he fucking came dressed up like a cowboy, dude. And I was just like, oh shit, you know you're the shit when you come dressed up like a cowboy with a 6-shooter, bro. And everybody's like, hey, what's up? You know?
A real artiste.
The thing I learned from him, though, too, the biggest thing was this, bro. Other than never stop drawing, it was his attention to detail, bro. So, like, he was a white guy, you know what I mean? And he would paint native culture. He'd paint native people. But I respect it. The thing that I respected the most, though, is that he would go out of his way to like study as much as he possibly could and try to like reach out to relatives of the people he was painting and like try to get as much detail and like show as much respect to the people that he was painting. Yeah. That's what I liked, was the attention to detail and the research and like becoming one with the subject, bro. Because some of it isn't always about, it's about the journey, bro. Yeah. The journey is a huge part of it, bro. Like, where did this piece take you? Like, what did you have to, did you go on a trip to figure out more about it? Did you go to, like, talk to, what was the journey to get you to figure more out about it? So that's part of art, too. That's not every piece has to be like that. You know what I mean? But every now and again, you got these pieces where you're like, dude, I fucking invested my soul into this, dude. It became, so I respected that.
Something that gave you, like, you don't get to choose where you get your inspiration from. You know what I mean? Or what inspires you. Yeah. But diving into a topic, diving into a style, like that gives way more life to the artwork that you're making, you know?
It shows a different level of respect, and you become one with it, dude. And once you kind of like, I feel like once you put that energy into the universe is like, all right, I'll give you the key, bro. Like, I'll allow you to have this badass painting or this badass creation because you showed the right intention. You're not coming from a place of like, insert Southwestern art here. I'm just trying to collect a paycheck. Yeah, he got paid good money. Right. But he invested into it, dude. He tried to do the right thing. He tried to show as much respect to that culture as he possibly could. You know what I mean? So yeah. I respect that, you know what I mean? So, and he was just unbelievably skilled. He learned how to paint an old master style called Misch in Germany, and then came back here and he did a bunch of Arizona highways paintings and Arizona highways, and he was a professor of painting and stuff like that. And then he moved up. Here's the thing, though, too, bro. If you're more on track than I am, but if you ever get enough money, bro, you kind of want a place a little bit away from everybody, bro. Just so no one...
To have a little oasis?
You're separated, bro. You can have your little oasis. You can have your own little zone where you can disconnect and get into what it is you're getting into. Yeah. When you're in the heart of stuff, sometimes you got too many people pulling at you, too much stuff pulling. Especially if you're really got shit going on.
100%.
You know what I mean?
You get... There's the group think aspect of it. And then too many people's opinions in your head. You know, you're in the art world. Totally. You see it. Yeah. I think it's in every world, you know?
It's everywhere.
It's in anything that you do, you're going to have if there's a group there, there's gonna be voices here, and you get too much of that in your head, you get to a place of like I don't know what my next move is. Yeah, and the competitiveness, which I think is lame. I'm always happy for people when they get stuff. I'm always happy. Like if I've never got a call to artist thing. When I see people get them, I'm like, dude, that's awesome. When people get a cool wall, I think that's awesome. I'm hyped. But
you're definitely gonna get.
That's not how everybody is. Some people are
this fucking asshole.
Yeah, and it's another. I always think they deserve it. If they get it, they deserve it. Maybe that's not always the case, but that's how I choose to look at it. 100%. But there's people that, it's because of this reason. And oftentimes, I mean, I've talked about it on here before, but oftentimes that's just not, the answer is not, they got it for this reason. I deserve that. It's not that. The only answer from like loss and being a muralist, being an artist, you experience a lot of rejection, a lot of loss. You know what I mean? You got to make peace with that and just use it to like, all right, look in the mirror.
Something's coming
to do better.
Yeah.
For me, that's the only thing I can control. Talking about this guy did that. Oh, he got it because he's friends with this guy. Oh, he got it because blah, blah, blah. It's the worst way to be. That stuff will eat you, and you see it. You see it. It's a cancer in the art world. It's a cancer in skateboarding. It's cancer in all these worlds. You see it in everything you're in. UFC, any of those things. It's a cancer to like look at this guy and be like, I deserve that, and the reason he got it is because of this. It's a bad way to be.
Bro, it's
the only answer is like go in the gym, practice.
You just said it, bro. And you know what? It's like that ring, bro, from Lord of the Rings. They get hold on to that ring and they're like, you know what? I need to keep on. I need to have this. I need to have control of it.
Dude.
But you know what?
It's a famine mindset.
It's a famine mindset, but it's also this. I'm a firm believer in basically what you just said is like, if you got something, there is a reason you got that, bro.
Because we all know how hard you work at this stuff.
Yeah. Especially, you too and everybody. It's like, I think that if there was something that you were going for that you didn't get it, if you had gotten that thing, probably it wouldn't have turned out the way you want it to. Mm-hmm. I feel like everything you get,
a better way to look at it,
is meant for you.
I agree.
That person got it because it was meant for them, bro.
And be happy for them. They're not stealing stuff off your plate.
No. And there's going to be something down the line that is the reason. Like, we talked about this where I almost drowned. Like, bro, that paddleboarder was there, bro. Like, certain people are in certain places. Like, you're talking about earlier, like, maybe I was there to help that lady, like, put her groceries in her car. Maybe I was there to help that guy who was laying on the ground and pull him up and give him some water. Whatever it is. It's the same thing with the art jobs, bro. Like, there's a reason that person got this and you got that. Yeah. But the thing that we have to do, though, that we have to keep track of, though, that I fuck up on is continuing to stay motivated when it comes to putting in the call to artists. Just got to keep on top of that shit. Yeah. You may not get 20, 30, but you got to keep on top.
I just got the rejection letter this week for one of them.
Yeah.
And I've gotten so many of those.
Yeah. And they'll come, and I've been in situations where I'm like, fuck that. You know what? I'm going to step away, but you know what?
Yeah. That's the initial reaction whenever I see any of them. It's
fucking bullshit.
They don't know me.
And it's not about who got it. It's just the rejection of like, fuck this, dude.
Yeah.
But it's like, I need to make, there's a dude that I know. I'm not going to name his name, but he told me, like, I'm going to stand up for a second.
Oh, yeah.
Fucked up. But there's a dude that I know who told me...
talk to him, Dave.
Make applying for the jobs like your art, bro. Like, that's part of, like, there's the artistic practice where, like, you're actually, like, painting and doing the murals and, like, whatever it is your artistic, like, thing is. You have to make, like, applying for it a whole part of that, too, and stay consistent with it. Like, of course, you're going to get turned down a lot, but that has to be a normal part of, like, I'm continually, regularly putting these in, because eventually, bro, it's like, you will get one, bro, and you build up a good base, you have great abilities, you're doing stuff that's getting people's attention, and you're gonna get something. So that's just a part of it, dude. But yeah, I've been in the same situation where I was like, fuck this, and I've stepped away for like a year from applying for shit, you know?
Yeah, dude. And some, you know, I've always just been in a way of like, you find your lane. I find my lane. If I'm not, I'm going to work in this other area and put more attention to that. If I'm not getting something here, I'm just going to work in this other area. Not cutthroat. Don't be cutthroat. Don't be bitter. Just like put that energy into something else.
Totally, bro.
You know,
that's
put that
the good
energy
thing about
of
art.
like, all right, now I'm gonna go, you know, talk to my old clients, see if they need other work. I'm gonna go and maybe do this mural festival. I'm gonna go do this stuff. All that stuff adds up.
Yep.
You know, and I don't know.
It's
Put the
awesome.
energy in a positive spot where it's just me looking in the mirror and being like, all right, I didn't get this because I wasn't the right fit. And also, like, if my art was better, I maybe would have got it. You know, so I got to just keep working on me.
Yeah.
You know?
And also, like, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say, but, you know, you're 100% right. You just got to keep on chipping away and just make that part of the process. Just like prepping the canvas, just like drawing it out, mapping out what you're going to do, or just like whatever the process is that you do to create, putting the application is putting in those call to artists is part of it too. And I'm getting back into that myself right now too, because I've had a couple instances where I'm like, I kind of stepped away from it for a bit, but that's a big part of it. You have to kind of like, that's just part of it. You got to put it out there. And then you're right.
Because some of those jobs, you're like, that would be so awesome. And they're big paychecks. They're cool walls.
Yeah.
And it's like,
you're like, what do I do with that money?
But then if I see a homie get it, I'm like, or anybody, I'm like, I'm stoked for them to get it, you know?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's cool because it all comes back around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all helps us all. You know what I mean? Because it shines a light on this place and the creativity of this place and the abilities that everyone has. So in a way, it kind of helps everybody else out. But also, I remember what I was gonna say. That rejection is something like what you just said. That's fuel, bro. And
that's what I try to.
Art's great for that.
Yeah.
Any kind of creativity. I mean, think about the amount of musicians that have created songs about getting into breakups with their loved one, all this different stuff.
I use this for my art,
dude.
But it's true.
It's true, and it's a great outlet for if something is negative, you can take that and turn it into something fucking beautiful that fucking inspires everybody else. And then now you took that negativity, you helped yourself by creating something, and now you're helping other people because you're inspiring them too.
Yeah.
So art, creativity, whatever it may be, dance, music, sculpting, painting, has that ability. That. So it's like, that's a big thing too, kids. So
yeah.
There you go.
Do you think, like, when you're talking about treat these, like, art calls or whatever, like, your art, do you think, like, because sometimes there's, like, the push, or, like, you feel that need to be very, like, professional on those things and, like, make it very, like, almost like you're working an office job, you know, like, on your applications and, like, on your, whatever, your cover letters and stuff like that. Like, do you think that you should show your personality there more?
No. Less is more.
Okay. Yeah.
Less is more.
Okay.
Because you don't know necessarily who you're talking to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they may not necessarily want to hear the, extra, hey, I come.
Smokey Joe.
Yeah, hey, and this is how the vibe that I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And that's great. I would love to hear that shit. But you may be talking to somebody somebody may be looking at your application going, oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this. This person thinks they're sent from fucking,
Yeah.
They think they're better than everybody else. So you just have to stick to, like, you got to be concise and you got to stick to what you're showing them. It's like, if you do a blurb about the meaning or the story behind it, don't make it a page, bro.
Yeah.
Make it a couple sentences. Because ultimately,
that's good advice.
They're looking at your
pro
pictures,
tip.
bro. Yeah, they're looking at your pictures, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They're skipping through the resume. They're looking at the pictures first, and then if they like the pictures and that connects to them in a certain way, whatever that may be, whatever your style is that connects to someone, then they're looking at the rest of how you filled everything else out. And if you filled out pages, bro, they're not going to read pages. They're going to read the first 2-3 sentences, dude.
Yeah.
And that may not make them turn you down, but just don't put too much. Don't give them a reason to be like, well, I liked it until they said this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think as artists, we like to put a little bit of our style and ourselves into everything that we do. And sometimes I think when it comes to call to artists, you can do that, but don't overdo it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Keep it slim.
That's
keep
a good
it
tip.
Professional, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep it light, and just realize they're mostly going to just kind of be skimming through it at first. Now, once you get past that first initial process, then they're going to be reading everything and looking through it all. You know?
Then you want to sprinkle in a little bit more of like your opinions or like your style into it.
Yeah, just like they're going to ask you, why did you create this? What was the inspiration behind it?
Yep.
Just don't make it 2 pages.
I got
Make it
chose
2
for
sentences.
one. I was in like a group of 4, and then I was the first one out. I was like, y'all just teased me, man. You held a little carrot out and then went, whoop. But hey,
but you know
it is what it is. I find my lane.
You're a bad motherfucker though, because
I find my lane where I could do all right.
You found your lane, but also like, bro, sometimes I've seen artists.
I still be applying.
Yeah, fuck yeah. See,
the rejection fuels me.
Bro, you got the right mindset, bro. Because I've seen people who were better than me at painting, bro, and better than, really good artists. And they get to a point where it's them and one other person. And then they pick that other person and they go, you know what? I'm fucking stepping away from making art, bro.
Yeah, you don't want to get to that spot.
Nah, man.
You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket like that.
Because what you're doing is special, bro. And don't let, just because this didn't work, bro, there's another one out there. Just keep putting out those calls and keep your eyes open. Eventually something will come to you too, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So don't let that shit be discouraging, bro. So you got the right mindset.
You don't want to be that bitter artist.
No, and it wasn't meant to be, bro. Yeah. That was meant 100%. For this other person.
100%.
Had that person gotten it, something bad would have happened, bro, to where it wouldn't have worked out they wanted it to.
Yeah.
The thing that you're meant to get is the thing you're meant to get, bro. And that's the thing
100%.
You're going to shine at and crush at, bro.
And that's the best way to look at anything.
Let's talk about MMA. If somebody gets into fucking mixed martial arts and gets into whatever fighting promotion that they're in,
stuff.
Bro, if they're in there, in that first 2 fights, are they fighting for the championship belt? No. You got to work your way up. And sometimes those guys
make a name for yourself.
Years.
Yeah.
It's 5, 6, 7 years before you get a fucking title shot, bro.
Yeah.
If the fucking
20 fights.
Who knows? 20 fights. And you have to go on look at. I don't know if you're familiar with Tony Ferguson.
Oh yeah.
Dude, he was like
a dog.
12 fight winning streak going against the best guys, and he was never getting a title shot.
Yes.
And you're like, damn, imagine being that guy. And then by the time he finally got a title shot, he was kind of worn out.
He was older. Yeah, is, dude. There was a little bit of that with Justin Gaethje, too. Yeah. He had the BMF belt, but that's not as prestigious of a belt, right?
Yeah.
So he was somewhat counted out.
Cool belt.
It's still a cool belt.
But yeah.
Yeah, he got that against Chandler, I think? Or who was that against? I kind of forget.
I think it was against Chandler.
Yeah, I want to say it was, but I kind of forget who it was. But he was kind of counted out. So him to come back, I mean, it was like the most inspirational. This last fight was like one of the most inspirational things I've seen in sports. Like, I'm not super into I like basketball, football, but I'm not like as into that. I love UFC. I love MMA. I think it's awesome. We went and watched fights in Thailand. Me and Daisy went to it. It was awesome, dude.
Oh,
Muay Thai, just kicking. And these are they're just fighting, like you were talking, they're fighting to make a name for themselves. So these guys are gritty. And I just love that. I think that sport's so awesome.
Tough as shit.
Dude.
Been doing it since they were 5 years old.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's just ingrained in who they are.
Yeah.
No, with Gaethje, dude, I used to work with his uncle.
Oh, really? Yeah,
Arizona boy. I used to have a job where I worked with his fucking uncle, and I would talk to his uncle about him, and I would be like, hey, man, Gaethje, because when he first got in the UFC, he would let himself get fucking hit. And I would tell dude, hey, your fucking nephew's got the wrong fucking style, dude. He's going to get fucked up like that. But he would tell me he's doing it on purpose to get attention. And I go, well, that attention he's going to get noticed, but he's also going to get permanent brain damage.
Yeah, get CTE.
But he somehow made it work out for him, and he adapted his style to where he got a little bit smarter and started taking less damage.
Yep. But still, when the time comes, that fourth, he's got that stamina where most guys are dead by the fourth round, and he's just has this new, It's so inspiring to have that just like fourth round, everybody's tired, and I'm just gonna kick it up into fifth gear.
He's a worker, bro.
Dude.
He's just, and kind of relaying it to art. He always put in that practice, bro.
Yep.
He stayed humble and he just put in the fucking practice.
Yep.
And then
not a shit talker, no excuses.
No, just put in the work.
Yeah.
He just put in the work, and we knew he had the toughness. And then it turned into a thing too, where with Ilya Taporia, he was, and look, Ilya is great, bro. Ilya is unbelievably talented.
That second round, I think I was kind of thinking like, oh, he's gonna.
Yeah, the end of that second round was ugly, bro. When he got him with those body shots and was just trying to put him in a submission.
Justin was kind of up against the fence, kind of like
It was looking bad.
Yeah.
But then when he weathered that and came back, like what you said with his endurance, but at the same time, like Ilya, it's almost the curse of being too good. You come in. You start taking people out. You never been through a battle.
Yeah.
And then
he's having those dinners before of like, this is my winning
bro.
dinner. That sometimes that ego is good, and like you can use that to your advantage, but like that is not. I don't know if that's sustainable. And obviously, we saw you go up against the wrong guy with that mentality of like, I got this.
Yeah.
And it's good to have positive thinking,
sure.
but like. That can only go so far when you're going against a dog, you know.
If you ever see a fighter, bro, talking about the fight, I'm gonna fight this guy after him, bro. No, you need to be thinking about the guy in front of you. He was partying as if he had won before the fight. And I'll tell you, Justin Gaethje, the biggest thing about him, because sometimes guys have an aura in MMA, right? Tyson had it in boxing. Where that aura McGregor, that aura is gonna beat the guys halfway before they even start the fight, because they're just like, shit, what's coming at me? They're more tense. Gaethje,
100%.
Gaethje was like, no, he didn't let that aura affect him, and he's like, I'm coming at you. And why is that? Because Gaethje was ready to fucking die.
That's what he
was ready to die, bro. And I'm gonna relate this to art, and it sounds fucking crazy, but especially when you're painting a mural in the summer in Arizona, and it's 110 degrees out.
I was just up
and you're
on that
fucking
lift.
dying.
Oh my
And you're doing call to artists, and you're fucking
dizzy when you stand up.
Bro, you're getting dizzy.
The can's hot.
How much do you care, bro?
Yeah.
You gotta be willing. I remember a guy asked me before, like,
put it all out there. Every mural, put it all out on.
I'm putting it all fucking out there, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the sacrifice. Yeah. And he had that mentality. He knew, like, Gaethje knew, like, dude, I know I'm going to sacrifice. I know I'm willing to die tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, you might kill me. You might kill me, but I'm willing to die tomorrow. And when he came at it with that energy, I'm giving it my all. It's the same thing with a big, beautiful mural. I'm fucking going at it, and I'm giving it my all,
There's no half-ass. Especially when you get, like, a job where when you started, you would have never dreamed of doing this. Like, your guitar mural, right? Like, so dope. Like, you would...
Thanks, man.
At least when I started, you would never even... Looking at people that do murals like that, you're like, that is light years away. I can't imagine somebody would even want me, like, even buy a canvas, but, like, want me to paint on their wall, right?
Yeah,
so, like, when you get that opportunity now, I feel like it's easy to get complacent or to get, like, this one, I'm going to phone this one in. But it's like, no, I try to treat every mural, especially public stuff, especially things like people are going to see. You got to go in that with, I'm going to give it my all, and at least if it doesn't turn out good, I gave it my all.
Yeah.
But usually when you give it your all, it turns out dope. Like the guitar one is so sick, dude.
Thanks, man. I was willing to die.
Yeah.
I was willing to die. It almost did fucking kill me.
Strings and everything. Dude, that guitar is hard to paint.
Dude, it was crazy, and you got to think I'm working with the people who build those guitars are the people who are telling me how to paint, like...
Oh, so now you got to go
they're the experts. And it's not one guy. It's a group of instructors.
And they've looked at guitars a million times. So you have one thing wrong. You got the bar at a different spot or whatever. Something's off. They're going to be like immediately.
But at that point in my time in my life right now, I had put in the work. I had put in those times to be able to get. I put in those reps to be able to do that. And you know what? And this is going to be a shout out to somebody in the scene. Clyde.
Clyde's a man.
One thing I learned from Clyde, dude, just from afar.
I've been talking with him to get him on here. Hopefully he will.
Get on here, Clyde. Get on here,
No, we've been
Clyde.
talking. I love Clyde.
But he inspired me because I see the way dude makes murals, bro.
Yeah.
And I see the way he kind of takes a step back and studies what he's doing. And kind of like, he takes his time, bro.
Dude,
he's not
you can tell.
rushing into it.
You can tell.
And
he
puts
a lot of thought.
There's a lot of thought, man. And a lot of what we're doing with creativity is like taking that step back, slowing it down, and studying it, and like figuring out the right path. And I did a lot of that in the guitar mural, dude. You know, it was just like,
you could see.
Thanks, man. As I was chipping away. Biggest mural I've ever done. Huge honor. Thank you to Roberto Van Lutheri for giving me the opportunity to paint that.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, I felt like I was living on fucking grand for a little bit over a month painting that thing, bro. You know?
It looks so dope, dude.
Thanks,
it's
man.
like perfect. Like the sizing of the guitar, like the whole layout of it. I think it's perfect. I thought it looked awesome.
Thank you, man.
And you know, like, if you've done this
That's
for a while...
That's a lot coming from you, bro, with everything you've done, dude. So thank you, man.
Well, you know, if you've done this for a while, you can tell, like what you're talking about with Clyde, you can tell when people put thought and they put time into things.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one of the things I love about Clyde's work is you could tell he puts a lot of time and, like you're saying, not rushing into the colors.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he puts a lot, there's a lot, like, you know, with spray paint, it takes a lot of time to know which colors, and I bought 6 of this color of the spray paint. It's not really the color I need, so I got to go buy more.
Yeah.
And you spray it on the wall. Oh, it doesn't look good against that color. That's you could either be like, screw it.
I'll go with it. Yeah.
But no.
Or you could go, fuck that. I'm gonna get the right color.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And that's what makes the difference.
Yeah.
That care, and I think it's why people see his art, your art. Art that like resonates. I think you can like feel that like level of care.
I think you're right, dude.
You know,
I think and there's a lot of artists out there too in the
100%
muralists that have that too. But I just noticed like, okay, Clyde's taking his time and like kind of figuring out the steps he needs to take for his pieces. So he's an inspiration during that one.
Bro, I think
it was for everybody, bro. It was for everybody too when I painted that, because there's been a lot of people throughout the years that people get sick and people, you know, they die, and it's like, as I was painting that one, bro, I was literally like just thinking about like this dude that should have made it, that girl that should have made it, but then they got this happened to them and they passed away or whatever. So it was like, bro, it became, dude, I'm gonna give it my all, bro, because this is my shot. I'm giving it my all, bro, because not everybody gets that fucking shot to paint a big ass building like that, dude. So that's where my head was at.
Dude, I think that's awesome. That's awesome. So when was your first mural that you painted?
Dude, probably like, well, I messed around when I was in high school a little bit, but nothing serious. As far as like actually experimenting on like a mural with spray paint. Yeah. Probably like 2014, 2015, maybe.
Okay, you've been in this.
Maybe a little bit earlier than that, but it was at a little gallery called A Side of Heart downtown, like off 5th Street in Roosevelt.
Okay.
And I was helping curate the gallery, and I was putting together little art shows and just hanging out around there. And some of the people that were running it, the Study Virginia and this guy Nathaniel, they were like, "Hey, we got fences." Now it's that building that's covered in graffiti off of 5th Street. It's been
for sure, right by Bud's.
Yeah, right by Bud's. It's been a bunch of different shit over the years, but at one time it was A Side of Heart, this vegan restaurant / gallery.
Oh, and you had a mural there?
Yeah, they were like, "Come down, spray paint the fence, bro." So that's where I started like taking it seriously. Mm-hmm. But like I've been painting too, so I would like do little brush paintings. But then when I started with spray paint, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, bro. My brother was always...
Oh, spray painting was so different than brush stuff. Because I started with brush, too.
Yeah. My brother was the graph guy. My brother was the writer. He's big into hip-hop culture. Yeah. So as a kid, I saw him doing graffiti. You know what I mean? And he's still to this day, as far as, like, drawing, and he draws it. But when he was younger, he was spraying... He was doing graffiti in Phoenix and shit like that. So I remember him telling me, like, dude, if you take what you can do with painting... and do that with spray paint, bro, the world is yours. Yeah. So that was in my head. Yeah. So I'm like, well, let me fuck around with the spray paint. And they started to make new types of spray cans and shit. And I
Were
didn't
you
know
using
what.
Montana?
Yeah, I think I started off with Montana, dude. Yeah. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, bro. Like I made a million stencils. Like I had 1,000 different stencils
What
to
are these
create a
caps?
mural, bro. Yeah. What's a cap? I had no hand control.
Just using the black ones that come with the 94s.
And then painting on top of it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
You're like, this is not seem very easy.
Yeah.
Then you start learning the caps that like work best for you, and
100.
dude, that just all is just time. Like there's no excuse.
Yeah.
It's just time in it.
It's time. That's all it is. You have to get. Am I wrong when I say this? You have to get comfortable with it.
Yeah.
It has to become an extension.
And confident with it.
Confident.
You know, you got to get a level of confidence, or else you're gonna be shaky.
100.
Yeah.
You just said it, bro. If you start thinking, you just jittered. You need to be like, I don't care, and you just need to do that movement, you know, and that comes with the reps, man. And there's every
100%.
now and again, there's somebody who just fucking picks it up, bro. I wasn't one of them.
Yeah, me neither, dude.
I didn't pick it
so
up like
long.
that. It took a minute, but every now and again, you will see a person who's like good at painting and drawing, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, spray paint," and then you're just like, "What the fuck, dude? Like, how the fuck did they pick that up that quick?"
Yeah, dude.
Most people, it's not like that. It wasn't like that for me. It took a little while, but it's fun, bro. You know, you go out to Just Blaze, you go out to spots where the people where friends are painting, and that's where you learn, bro. That's where that energy, that creative energy is at, and you guys all learn from each other, and you build each other up, and it's this fucking cool, this cool thing going on.
And spray paint, it's so fun how fast you can do things and how big you can make them. You know, like you started with canvases. I started with canvases. Like even doing like a 24 by 28, that takes a long time. It almost takes longer than doing like a big mural with spray paint, you know? Like, cause you gotta have every detail, you're mixing paint, you're washing your brushes, all that takes a long time. And then when you get, that's why spray paint is so like, it's enticing because it's just quick. You get that big fat cap on there, you can fill plate, do big fades really quick, and it's just so fun.
It's a different mindset too.
Yeah.
Learning how to paint larger was a little bit of a mind fuck for me. Because I was used to small stuff, you know what I mean?
It still is. And like every detail, like when you're on a canvas, you're very like, I still have this problem is like focusing too much on detail. Where like sometimes in spray paint that can, when it's big, that can take away from everything. If you make too much little detail, that can like take away from things.
Depending on the situation, yeah.
Depending on,
I'd say
for sure.
I'd say you've mastered the level of detail, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
You can start messing things up, and then you take so long, and how they call it, overcooking it.
Yeah.
You know?
You start focusing on this one part when really you need to be focusing on the entirety of the thing. A big part of it's like just stepping back.
Yes.
The little trick, taking a picture of something, because that camera, you may be off proportionally and your eyes can't see it.
Yeah.
Your eyes can't see
it. If you looked at it too long.
Yeah. The mouth is over here when it should be right here. You've looked at it too long. If you take a photograph of it, you'll be able to see from that photograph on your phone, oh, what the fuck? For some reason, your eyes can't see it, but when you take that photo, you can see it in the phone. I don't know why the fuck that is, but you learn little tricks like that as you're doing it. And like, figuring out how to paint larger. Detail is great. It doesn't need to be as detailed as like a painting and stuff like that too.
Yeah. It's just it's a learning curve between doing canvases where you can go really slow, you can get that liner brush out and go like really nice, you can make those little dots, the eyeballs, where like when you go to spray paint, you're like, if the eyeball's this big, it's gonna be rough. You know what I mean? And that's what that's where I was like learning spray painting. I was doing stuff way too small, and I'm like, how are you making like details like an eyelash? And my eyelashes are coming out huge, you know? And it was such a learning curve.
You're going like this and you're spray painting the whole thing you just painted. You're like, fuck!
Exactly, dude. Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, so, okay, if you grew up in Arizona, you've seen such a change in, you want to call it the art scene, First Fridays, Grand Ave. You've seen a huge change in there.
Yeah. What's up? Sorry about that.
Well, no, take it away if you got something.
It's changed, man. Like Roosevelt used to be more like kind of grassroots.
That's what I was gonna ask anyway.
Yeah, there was little galleries that, were basically like people's houses or little buildings that people took over, and they were like little art communes, and um, it was just a different vibe, a lot more fire twirlers and stuff back in the day.
Yeah,
Just kind of like,
hey, that's cool.
there's like there's
The poi.
hipsters and kind of like artsy people everywhere.
Yeah.
And then at a certain point, it's like they start building the condos, and it turns into more like it's a party. It's a place for kids to go kind of get drunk. And it's like kids need a place to go get drunk and have fun. I get it, so I'm not trying to judge them. The art's just going to move to another spot, you know, because the artists aren't going away. The artists are still there.
Yeah.
But if we don't have an area that's appreciating us, we're going to fucking drift over to where we can do our thing and be around the people who want to see our art and be around other artists. So I feel like Grant's kind of turning into that a little bit. Mm-hmm. I shouldn't say anything. It's always kind of slowly been kind of leaning towards Grant.
Yeah.
There's still some stuff here and there in Roosevelt, though. Central Arts Market with Joe's, he's doing some stuff. And there's other galleries on there as well that are doing their things. Not many, but it just changed, bro. But that's the nature of everything.
It's the nature,
dude. And you know what? There's a lot of people out there. It isn't like it's a fucking ghost town. It didn't change in that no one's doing anything. It's just there's more people, and it's more the kids kind of like made that the spot to go get kind of drunk, basically.
Some of those first Fridays felt like Las Vegas. Like you're at one of those like crosswalks, and there's just people everywhere. Where like when I first started having like a booth on First Friday, I was on 5th Street, right outside of Taco Cello.
Okay.
And I had a spot next to Jim Tucker Art. Do you know him?
Oh, dude, I think I do.
Jim Tucker?
Yeah, British guy.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was cool, man. He was like, we had our booth right next to each other. It was awesome. It was like my first, like, kind of like stepping out into the art world in Phoenix. I had a little, I had some paintings at Shane Land Art. Do you remember that spot?
Oh, fuck yeah.
On Camelback. Didn't you have
paintings there too, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, bro.
Shane, you're the man, dude.
Shane is the man. We were just, was it you I was talking to about that recently?
It may have.
Or maybe it was
recently.
Eyes. I think it was Eyes.
He had stuff there too.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, because Shane was awesome. I remember I just walked in. I was working a desk job at the time, and I just walked in there. I put all my paintings before I went to work in the back of my car, and then I came in there, and he was like so open. It was the first gallery I'd ever been in. And he was just like, awesome. Yeah, you can bring your stuff in here. And I sold one.
Yeah.
Just one. But did you have your paintings in there?
I sold a couple. Yeah, I had some paintings in there. I thought it was cool that, like, he had a creative space where people could have basically, like, their own little, what do you call it? Like, little spots.
Studio space?
Like little mini studios.
Yeah.
And then he had a store. And then he had a gallery space, too.
Yeah, it was a big place.
Fucking big. It's still there.
Did you ever go to any of those shows?
I don't know. I may have went to one. One there.
I'm always curious because Chroma said he had his stuff in there too, and I'm like, I maybe saw you at some of those shows because I would go to him when we would do like the art shows there.
Yeah. And
I was so new to this world, and it was cool.
We had to have seen each other and just didn't realize it. A dude that I fucks with right now named Adam bought one of my paintings from there before he even started making art. Now he's kind of been more into making art the last couple years.
Oh, cool.
But that got him introduced into the world of art and wanting to paint for himself too. So
yeah,
Shane Land inspired, I think, a lot of people and got their foot in the door as far as creativity. And it was cool to like, dude, this guy has this gigantic badass building. It's really nice. He's got a great artsy gift shop with gallery, with a studio space.
It was a sick spot.
It was
Shane was really cool.
Shane
I'm
was
still
a sweet
friends
guy.
with him to this day.
I don't communicate with him too much, but I know he's a sweet dude. I see his posts on Facebook, and he's a really good dude, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Shane.
Shout out to Shane.
Okay,
sure.
So did you had a booth at First Friday?
Yeah.
And when did you start that? And how long did that go? And was it off and on? What was your experience there?
I want to say probably like, I don't know, like I remember showing my art publicly like around 2012, 2013-ish. Yeah. And I would be showing like, I At first, I would go down. I would try to find places before then, and I couldn't really find like a spot because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I just walk into a place and be like, "I'm an artist. Can I show my art here?"
Yeah.
And like, I'd be talking to the
You hit the wrong
secretary
gallery
of
and
like
they're
a
like-
gift shop. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It had nothing to do. Like they may have like one piece in there and be like, "Yeah, we'll let the owner know." So it never clicked.
Yeah.
You know,
You feel like a door-to-door salesman.
I was like a door-to-door salesman trying to.
I've done that.
I just knew art
For
was
sure.
around here, and I remember going to places where there'd be like private party. This is for a certain artist. You're not allowed in here. And I remember being like, one of these fucking days, I'm gonna have a private party, man.
Yeah.
I'd be going down there with my art buddies and stuff from high school, and it's like
Wearing suits.
wearing suits, just trying to be cool. And but eventually, yeah, I just started setting up booths and just getting into little art shows. Like I remember Jen Devereaux would have these live painting gigs at Lucky Strike.
Oh, okay.
Which
So
was
that's a little more recent.
yeah, probably a little bit more recent.
2020.
No, before then.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
before
okay.
before 2020, and it was downtown at Cityscape.
Oh, I'm thinking of Champagne Lanes.
Yeah, she was. I think she lives in California now. She does music and stuff, but just anywhere I could get my foot in the door, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like if somebody was like, "Do you live paint?" Sure. Like even if I didn't, you know how it is. Like even if you don't do something, bro, if it has anything to do with art, you go, "Yeah, I could do that." Hey, can you paint a car? Man, fuck, I'll paint your car. Yeah, fuck it. That's
You're
kind
like,
of
I
where
got
the
2 hours? Oh,
yeah,
no.
we got it. We could do it.
Yeah.
So you just start saying yes to everything.
Yep. Dive into it.
You just dive into it.
Yeah.
And then you kind of learn from there.
That's the best way to learn.
It's the
Scary
best way to
though,
learn.
bro.
Scary, but that's how you run. Being in some of these art shows around downtown, like at what was it?
Were you ever at
Was it the
what is it called? The
Mon
Mon Orchid?
Yeah,
I was just
on Orchid. Yeah,
mind meld.
it's like a little club kind of thing. They had
Yeah.
a couple pieces there, different art shows that she put together.
There's been a few people here that have talked. Isaac and Rob
Nice.
have both talked about that spot.
Yeah, for sure. I remember seeing them, and then, yeah, it was just good times. Then you run into the other people doing it, and you run into different like styles. You run into the graffiti dudes.
Yeah.
You run into kind of the people that are more like watercolor or different style of
Yeah.
art, different personalities
It's
too.
inspiring.
It's
Seeing
ins-
what like other people's brains create. Sometimes I'm like, incredible.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
and the people like back. I don't know, man. There was a certain thing too where I don't know. There was just like certain things that would happen back in the day too, where there's beefs, dude. You know what I mean? There was like open beefs to where you're like, oh shit. It was just kind of entertaining to see like who was against who and what was going on. And
In a
there's-
good way or in a bad way?
in a way to where it was like maybe this person shouldn't have fucking like said anything. And there's certain dudes that kind of made their name from like just being able to fucking do their thing and just I don't know. They came from a more what do you call it? Like the graffiti side, dude. You know what I mean? Where it's like a different. Because I followed some of the graph dudes. I came from the fine artist side. It was my brother who was doing the graffiti side. I always respected, always loved graffiti.
Yeah.
But when you get into that
Same.
world, you start seeing the graffiti guys and some of the beefs and stuff that they're doing.
Yeah.
And that kind of becomes like shit. Like everybody's tuned in on it. Like what's going on? To whereas I feel nowadays, it's very much like we don't even want to have anything to do with that. We're just gonna ignore that. But back in the day, that was a big part of like what was going on too with like the artist. But it's
because graffiti's dope. I don't claim to be in that world. Cut me out of that. I think it's dope. I'm gonna watch from afar. I love graffiti guys. I love
Same
that
thing.
work.
Yeah.
I was a skateboarder and then I was a canvas painter and now I do murals. I haven't blasted walls and I've never like painted trains. I'm not in that world. If I use tape
I would love to though.
or if I used a projector in my early days, hey, I'm a muralist.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not
everybody's got
you know?
everybody's got their rules, bro. But it's like at the
Mhm.
end of the day, like you got to find what like works best for you, and you
Yeah.
can't let anybody like you can't let anybody tell you how to do what you're doing.
100%.
You know what I mean?
As long as you're being real to yourself, Like, as long as you don't feel like you're cheating, you don't feel like you're happy with the work, I'm happy for anybody that feels that way.
Mm. Largely inspired by the Nitty Gritty crew. Like coming up, seeing a guy from Nitty Gritty crew, Angel Diaz, rest in peace.
Yeah,
Legend,
rest in peace.
Lalo, you know, Tato,
Lalo,
Breeze,
Tato,
Elmac, all these guys. So
those guys were all in the same crew?
Yeah,
Damn,
Nitty Gritty crew, NG Caper,
heavy hitters.
R.I.P. So I didn't
Rest
know
in
of them,
peace.
but I watched them from afar, and it was like, dude, these guys were fucking badasses, bro. So I remember looking up to them.
Still killers.
Being a fine artist, just kind of painting, doing my own thing off of my own little lane. I still was looking at them going like, what are they up to? And I
like
remember
they were like the Mount Rushmore
they
type
were the
of thing.
Mount Rushmore. And there were certain dudes that kind of would throw jabs at, I'm not going to name names, but you know, those guys regretted throwing jabs, bro. You know what I mean? They should have just not said anything, dude. And that was kind of like legendary back in the day. Like, oh shit.
Yeah.
This dude
You'd
fucking
hear this thing.
Yeah, you kind of see it all online and shit, and you're like, oh, dude. It's just kind of like, wow. So there's those stories back in the day where I feel like now it's kind of like getting a little bit, it's really commercialized to where no one really wants to step into that lane, which is fine.
What, like beefs?
Yeah, beefs, which is cool. But back in the day, it was more like that. And then from what I was told, because my brother used to write and stuff like that, it was like, you know, 90s and stuff like that was way more treacherous and on the Phoenix streets. There wasn't really too many people painting, from what I was told. This is my own experience, but this is from what I was told.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dangerous, dude. You know, and there wasn't many people painting too many murals on walls and stuff in the 90s and stuff. It was a completely different vibe. You know what I mean? So it's kind of come from that to where it is now, to where it's a little bit, there's a lot more people doing it. It's a lot more commercialized, and it's a lot safer because of that a little bit too. But I'm kind of glad that I didn't come up in the middle of the Wild West days, but I saw a little bit of the Wild West days to where it's like, oh shit, all right. You know, I got a little bit of that.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of seeing a little bit of that. So
yeah.
I'm glad I saw it, you know?
So,
yeah.
Oh, sorry. I don't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, it's all good. Well, fucking, I remember going to Ashley Macias art shows.
Shout out to Ashley.
Ashley's great.
I love Ashley.
Ashley Macias put together fucking badass art shows back in the day. I remember going to what it was like a hair salon or something where she had one. She had people performing. She had people like singing.
Dope.
She had her art. It was a whole fucking experience, bro. If you went to one of her art shows, it wasn't like you were just walking in there seeing the art. There's a bunch of stuff going on, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Shout out to her. Yeah.
That rocks.
Yep.
That's what I think. I really like third rail, what they've been doing, because it's like it has like a community. Community is such like a cheesy word. But it has like some like there's the food trucks outside. There's good people in there. They got some music, and it's like a cool gallery. Where like I remember going to some galleries, and it just felt like stuffy in there.
Yeah.
You know, you feel like I don't really want to stay here too long.
You're 100% right.
You know.
Yeah.
You know that feeling where you're like, yeah, it just feels weird.
People are looking at you from across the room, and you don't know whether or not you should say hi, and then you kind of never end up saying hello to them, or they don't say hello to you. Yeah. You kind of go about your way, and
kind of like you walked into an office that you're not supposed to be in, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there's kind of some pretentiousness a little bit.
Yeah.
People are kind of like, people kind of put themselves on this imaginary pedestal in those kinds of places too, that really isn't. It's imaginary, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's people projecting this thing that they want you to think is going on when it may not necessarily. Hey, dude, you didn't pull up in a Maybach, bro. You didn't pull up in a fucking $1 million. If you did, I'd be like, oh shit. But you're just like me, bro. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
But you're right, dude. The community is the right word, dude. The third rail is a great place to go.
Hawk Salvage.
Hawk Salvage.
I saw you out there that's maybe a month or two ago now, but
yep, he's cool, man.
Grand Ave seems to be.
It's popping.
And it's awesome. I love it.
Pauline too, with what she's doing out there across the street.
Shout out Pauline.
Yeah. And then just everybody. You got you got the whole spaces by where she's at, and obviously Trans Am, my home away from home too.
I wanted to talk to you about Trans Am.
I love Trans Am. Yep. Gabe,
you do a lot of stuff with them.
Yeah, Gabe's a homie. and I used to live right there, right across the street. And
Oh, you don't live there anymore?
no, not anymore. I moved now. I'm in Peoria. I'm gonna move back, but right now I'm just kind of chilling right now, trying to look for a good spot. But I'm kind of saving up, recharging the batteries, so to speak. Still making artwork, still doing my thing.
I see you out
but
there.
I'll be back. Phoenix is always like it's here, bro. And I'm planning on getting back in there. But yeah.
How'd you get hooked up with Trans Am? Because I see you do a lot of stuff, like even like logo. You just did a shirt for them?
No, that was Miguel.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, no, but
he's a
badass artist too, though.
Didn't you do something for them recently? Trans Am,
I've done different art shows, and I've done. I did a collab sesh.
Okay.
For Caged Heart Gallery, and that's my buddy Adam, and he has a gallery off of the 51 and what is it? The 51 and Bethany Home, basically.
Oh yeah.
And he's cool, and he's a good spot for kind of like up and coming artists who want to like show their artwork and have a place to kind of like find a community for themselves that are in that area. And that whole little area too, by the 51 and Bethany Homes, really fucking cool. They got nice restaurants. They got a couple of bars. Dude, it's a cool fucking spot. Like you can just walk around that whole area and spend a whole fucking day there, dude. Just having a good time eating and just fucking hanging out. Mm-hmm. And he's got a spot there. He's a good dude.
That Whining Pig, I think it's called.
Whining
Pig, that bar. I might be getting that wrong. They got the Zips there. Yeah. I think that's right there.
I'm bad with names, but they got a couple different, like, nice little restaurants, too.
Is that Bethany? But yes, I used to live off 16th and right by the 51, by the Point. So what is that, like Northern?
Yeah.
Northern and 16th Street. So, like, pretty close to the 51. But I was always going to, like, little spots out there. They had, like, a little bike shop there when I was more into biking. And it's a cool spot. It's nice. Yeah.
It's nice, dude. Yeah, I wasn't too familiar with that area, to be honest with you, up until recently when I went down there to show some of my artwork. But I had a little collab sesh there, which is just like a place where people can go and just create. You know, every now and again we try to put together an event where people can come out and we'll supply, you know, different kind of materials for them to be able to create stuff.
That's
just
sick.
Get people out there to just fucking hang out. Same thing that they do at Just Blaze.
Yeah.
And then Bacon Cat has his sketchbook sessions.
Yeah, shout out to Bacon.
Shout out to Bacon in Tempe. So it's like just trying to give people a spot where they can not spend any money if they don't want to and go out, bring your supplies, and then there's going to be something there for you to work on too. And you could just meet other creatives and do your thing. And it's good fucking energy, bro, you know?
Dude, I saw you at that show. And we were talking about like cool art galleries, making them a little bit more fun. That one show that Bacon Cat, and dude, I'm spazzing on the name right now. But he's a tattoo artist. They did that show at the Red Floor Gallery, I believe it was. What's his name?
Oh, Matt Dickinson. And then
he's got like face. He's a tattoo artist. He's really dope. Gosh, I wish I remembered his name because I think he's so dope. I'll put his name here because I know exactly who it is.
He had art there?
Yeah, him and Bacon put on that show.
Oh, okay, Juicebox.
Juicebox.
Yeah.
Gosh, thank you. But that show was really cool, I thought. Like, I think that was like a really fun show. You didn't feel like you needed to like leave immediately. It was like a very cool vibe and also like really cool art. And I don't know, that was one of my favorite gallery shows I've been to.
Yeah, that was fun. Bacon knows how to have a good time and just kind of get a little wild with it, bro.
Yeah, that's a wild man.
Get a little rough around the edges.
Yeah.
And I think people are a little bit more ingratiated and feel more comfortable when they can walk in and it isn't this formal, kind of like what you were talking about earlier, where it's this stuffy, pretentious thing. When you walk in and everybody's kind of just, you know, you could tell everybody's on their own creative vibe and doing their own thing, and it's like
fun night.
Yeah, it's a fun night. We hung
Juicebox
out.
So talented too.
Yeah, very talented dude, and I follow him a little bit on Instagram. He's good people, and yeah, that was a fun one, man. I remember Bacon was like, "Hey, if anybody wants to come work on a piece of artwork before the show, to have it in the show." So it was like, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, TAMC, man, Tempe Arts and Music Coalition or Collective. They're doing some cool stuff out there at Rocket Space, Denell Plaza. So
yeah,
go check them out. Yeah, we're lucky, dude. We're lucky to be able to have all these different kind of like creative outlets too. You know.
Yeah, 100%.
So, knock on wood, bro. But Yeah, I feel like Phoenix and Arizona is definitely just the valley is a creative force, bro. That kind of gets overlooked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I think a lot of people from other places kind of overlook us a little bit, but you know what, dude? We're fucking good, bro.
Dude, there's like an
We're
energy
good.
here, and I don't know if it's because like, you know, sometimes you're just too into it that you feel it, but I feel like there is an energy here that is, it's alive. Like the art scene here is alive. There's so many cool. It's one of the reasons I wanted to start the show because there's so many cool, like, interesting people here and talented people. You know, and it's something like people always talk about, like L.A. and Miami, New York. Phoenix has like some incredible artists.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And there's like I don't know. I feel like it's alive, and I feel like the spotlight needs to get put on it more than ever.
I feel like there's areas where we kind of get looked over because people just don't know. You know what I mean? But once you kind of
They're just painting cactuses.
Yeah,
Cacti.
they just think cowboy, southwestern art.
Yeah.
And they just kind of don't really pay any attention, bro. But once you come out here and you get your feet on the ground and you start walking around, the amount of talent that's out there is immense, bro.
Yeah.
You know? And it's always kind of been like that, bro. There's something, and I've said this before too, there's something about the desert, bro. There's a creative energy out here.
I love it.
You know what I mean? There really is. There's
Especially
a creative
at night,
vibe.
in the
At
desert. I love that feeling.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, I love
These
desert.
dudes are flying around at night, bro.
Yeah, dude, exactly. See the aliens and stuff? Dude, okay, I gotta go to the bathroom really quick.
Cool.
I don't know if you got to.
I actually do, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Let's take an intermission.
Okay, cool. Yo.
We're back in action. Okay, so one thing I wanted to talk, like the thing going on in Grand Ave. What do you feel like is the reason why it's become more alive? Do you think it's because like First Fridays stopped? First Fridays, whatever, kind of, they put the kibosh on it recently.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because like it seems like there's some like real strong businesses or whatever you want to call it, galleries out there that have really like made that place alive. 'Cause the last few times I've been down there, it's been awesome.
Yeah.
It's been really fun.
On Grand Avenue?
On Grand Ave, yeah.
Oh yeah, bro. It's more like what it kind of used to be back when I started in like the mid 2000s. You know, more grassroots.
Yeah.
It's more a place where kind of just different creatives can go and just express themselves and not get drowned out by the normies going out there to just get drunk and just eat. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
you always got to have people going out there and supporting the local restaurants and supporting the local breweries and stuff like that. We need that. We need those people.
Yeah, that's good too.
And I'm one of those people every now and again too. I like to go out and
sure.
eat and drink and just be merry.
Yeah.
But we need a spot where it's like the weirdo creatives, the muralists, the fine artists, the kids just getting into it, just everybody who has something, the poets, the musicians, everybody
yeah,
is a
girl
spot
out there
to
playing the
just
violin
go.
the other day.
100, bro.
It was so dope.
We need that. We need a spot where like that's their space, bro, and everybody
Yeah.
like that's the community, you know. And I think that's not getting drowned out by the masses getting drunk and stumbling around. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And just kind of like
that house
Yeah.
party vibe. You
Yeah.
know, remember that house party vibe where it's like the times where there was no fights, no people like ego beefing and fighting, when it was just like everybody was smiling and that's how it felt the last few times I went on Grand Ave. I just like walked down straight. I was there at Third Rail and then just walked down. That's when I saw you out there at Hawks. And then went down to Zuka's, went down a little around there, then walked up the other side. Dude, it just felt like so cool. I stopped for a little bit with this girl, I don't know her name, but she was playing the violin and just killing it.
hell yeah,
Just crushing it. And I sat there for a while and I was like, dude, that is so dope.
Hazel
and it just
Violet,
felt,
and then Desert Sun Plaza.
Yep. I think so. Is that her name?
No, that's just the area, like
Okay.
with like the just more places where they got like art and stuff like that too.
Okay.
Like the Hazel and Violet, I think, is right next to it's like the print shop, I think.
Okay,
right
gotcha.
next to Zuka's.
I wish I knew her name because I would shout her out. But
She'll be
was
back out
dope.
there, bro.
it was dope.
Shout out to the girl with the violin.
Yeah,
dude. Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
It was just awesome to see, dude.
I love that shit. That's exactly what I'm talking about, though, bro.
Let me make sure. Dude, I get so much anxiety not knowing if this thing is playing or not. I have like this fear that I'm gonna like miss a shot.
You know what? You're right though, bro. Like that's what I love, dude. I love that just kind of like that rawness. You know, that kind of like what I said earlier, rough around the edges, bro. Like it's not so polished. People are figuring out what they're doing.
Yeah.
And that true like creative vibe, bro. Where like you can kind of open up, dude. Like if you're just getting into it, you could kind of be like, hey, this is a spot where I can fucking kind of get into it and show my stuff. It isn't so pretentious and whatnot.
Yeah.
You know, I think that Grand Avenue right now has that vibe, you know, and I hope that
there's not a huge gap from you entering to like the people that are there.
Yeah, and there's a couple people that kind of own a lot of properties on Grand. So for the time being, I think we're safe as far as it like not getting too commercialized, you know what I mean? But inevitably, I think the more popular it gets, dude, the more it's gonna fucking turn into this thing that's super commercialized and.
But like you were saying, I feel like artists will find.
We'll find it out. We'll buy a town.
That's what I always think is like, you know, not to get so held up on like, oh, this spot is now like commercialized, and then. Because artists will just find, we'll just find a new spot.
We gotta buy a town, bro.
Yeah,
we gotta own it. Artists need to become the fucking owners. We need to quit renting, and we need to get into a position where, what is it? How many people do we have in the valley, bro? Like 4 million? We're like one of the biggest growing cities in the United States of America. We have some of the most people in this city in the United States of America.
Yeah.
Bro, some of these people need to start getting this, bro. Somebody needs to start getting this to where we can buy. Yeah. Because a lot of times we're relying on the people who have the money, and some of those people are cool, but not all of them really get it. Yeah. And they're just kind of like investors, bro. And they're more like real estate people. They're more like, I'm in it for the investment, and we gotta have somebody who's in it for the art, bro.
That's their own lane. I'll never hate somebody. I never want to bash people for getting their money, but yeah, they're not artists. No. They're not like.
They don't care. Wow.
So we need to like. That's why I love like with just doing the mural festival. Like that's why I have like. I'm 100% like supporting that because I know where that could go.
Totally, yeah.
You know what I mean? And like third rail, like I know where that and where it's at right now. Like I just see like I'm putting all my chips in like these people. There's so many talented people around here that like anybody that's like, all right, I found my lane. I'm going to put my all into this and make it something big. Like if 5 people did that in their own little lane, imagine what that could create. If 20 people all did that, this could become something where like it becomes like a hub.
Yeah.
You know, like it becomes like something that the whole country hears about.
Imagine if we. Because I
remember
during
my dumbass little podcast, but hey, I'm trying,
bro,
you know, finding my own little lane.
Give it a couple years, bro. You never know. Next thing we'll be fucking kicking Joe Rogan out of his fucking spot, dude.
Hey, you know,
Rogan, we're coming for you, brother.
We're coming for you.
I hope you see this.
Yeah, he's definitely watching it. He's one of the 150 viewers.
Right.
But no,
just wait.
It's true. Like started with a podcast and then it becomes he has his own comedy club, all that stuff. Like that could happen with artists too.
100%.
You know?
Bro, imagine if we owned a fucking town, dude. I remember when COVID first happened and people were just really kind of swooping up on a lot of different real estate deals. And there's people who cashed out from some of these other states where they were able to make a lot of money on their homes. And they came out here and bought towns. Fucking some of these people bought towns, bro. Imagine if one of the artists out here bought towns, bro. Imagine if you had a town. Or if one of these other...
I can see it now.
And then like, hey, here's your building. I'm going to give you this building. You get that building. And just fucking buildings are owned by different... We got a ceramic shop here. We got Davesville over here. We got Smokey Joe fucking Court over here. We got fucking like all types of shit, dude.
We got
like,
Bacon's Breakfast.
Bacon's Breakfast. Dude, and musicians and all the different bands. Next thing you know it, dude, we got sculptures.
It becomes a vacation spot.
A vacation spot.
A destination.
Totally. You got music playing. We got speaker. Because we're gonna innovate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do what homeboy over here. I'm gonna take what everyone else is doing, and I'm gonna just improve it. And we're gonna have our own. We all have our own uniqueness. And we're going to infuse our own uniqueness into it. And next thing you know, it's going to be this amalgamation of just cool fucking shit.
Yeah.
And it will attract people, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, have you seen those cities in Japan where they have like different themed towns?
I have.
And there's sculptures everywhere?
I saw one that was like
Why don't we have that?
Southwestern.
Really?
They make it look like a Texas town. But
Dude.
I think it's or it might be in China, to be honest. But I saw Rubinsky. You know him?
No.
He's like a traveler. Vlogger. He's dope. He does like, I think he's been to every country in the world, but he's awesome. I watch him on YouTube. I'm like a YouTube nerd, but he went to this town. I think it was him. He went to this town that it's like in China, but everything looks like Texas.
I love it.
It's pretty dope.
I love it. It's fun, bro. You
And
know?
like themed, like how cool is that to go to like a cool themed spot? There's one in Wenatchee in Washington where it's all like this Bavarian village, so it all kind of looks like a gingerbread house, and
Dude,
it's dope.
That's sick, bro. It's
Yeah.
like you walk into another fucking dimension, dude.
Yes.
And it's like, it's fun. That's a place to take the family. It's a place to take your loved one, whoever that may be, and go have a good fucking time.
Yeah.
And you combine that with a bunch of cool little art shops and all the different types of, there's so many different types of creativity. There isn't just like what we do with painting and murals and drawing.
No, you get musicians out there.
And then just glass artists.
Glass.
And sculptors.
Designers.
Fucking designers and
Yeah.
people who do, I know different artists that do like work with like projection art on buildings and just like all fucking types of shit. You take all those
Mikey
people
with the
together,
neon stuff.
Mikey with the neon stuff. I mean, just everybody. You bring everybody together, and it's like it would be fucking badass. I mean, that would be a destination point. People would come to Arizona. It would be, they would think Sedona, right? And then they would think, what else is the other thing that they think when they come out here? Scottsdale, and then they'd be like, Art Town. We got to go to fucking Art Town, bro. We got to go to fucking Dave and Smokeyville, dude. You know what I mean? We have one building that looks like a big UFO or something, bro. Like, fucking let's do it, man. Phoenix Lights, guys.
Dude, have you ever seen aliens?
I have never seen an alien, but I've seen a decent amount of UFOs, bro.
Really?
So, yeah.
Dude, me and Daisy saw something the other day that we were like, I'm not sure what that is. It could have just been a big drone, but it was crazy looking. It was crazy looking.
Could have been something, bro. I mean, just anything is.
We were going out to Buc-ee's.
Oh, nice. How
You
was
know
that?
the new Buc-ee's?
Yeah, I've seen it fucking advertised all over the place, bro. I need to get out there, though.
We made a mistake going.
Oh, really?
I mean, it was a cool spot, but we went and it was so busy.
Oh, I
and we're
bet.
like, just to go see I mean, it was cool. It was cool.
Did you get some
Definitely
swag?
go when it's not busy.
Yeah.
It's not quite worth like an hour wait.
It's a gas station,
It's like
right?
an hour wait and you're going into like a cute, but it is cool. It was cool.
Okay.
Yeah, but
They got
not
food?
not worth an hour. Yeah, some pretty good food.
Okay.
But I mean, you're not getting any healthy options there. You know, you're not really getting. But it was good. It was good stuff. And it was an experience. We'll
The
say that.
mascot's a beaver,
But it's cool. It's here.
and they sell gas.
Yeah.
I can see why there wouldn't be any healthy options there, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be like vacationing at a Love's like truck stop, bro.
Exactly. You're traveling for a QT.
Oh man, I gotta get out there though, bro. It gets advertised so much that you're like, okay, at least gotta get a fucking Buc-ee's sticker or something, bro.
Yeah,
You can't go
Buc-ee's.
wrong with a beaver. Beavers are fucking cute, man.
Buc-ee's awesome.
It's a great logo.
Yeah. So, have you seen you've seen UFOs?
I've seen UFOs.
Because Arizona's like we have one of the most legendary, up there with like Roswell, up there with like maybe not as as highly in the alien world as that, but like the Phoenix Lights was a big thing.
I've seen them. Yeah, I saw the Phoenix '97. I was
Really?
yeah. I didn't see the classic V-shaped craft that went over the valley. I was on 75th Avenue and Thunderbird, and I was just a kid, and they were talking about it as it was happening. And my mom was picking up a prescription from Walgreens at 75th Avenue and Thunderbird, and we got out, and I looked up in the sky, and I just saw like these three little lights, floating in the sky.
No way.
And, to me, it didn't look like they were moving. But at the time, I grew up watching X-Files and shit. So I was in tune with, dude, I was interested in that shit. So when I got out of the car and saw that, I stared at it for 14, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And other people would be looking up at it, and they'd look at it for a couple minutes and stop and go back in the store. But it was just these little flickering, little yellowish kind of lights, dude. And they weren't flares. There was no smoke coming off of them. The thing that I saw didn't look like it was moving. What that is, I have no clue. Is it aliens? I don't know. Is it the government? I don't know. It could be anything. But I just saw something abnormal in the sky. And I've seen other, different abnormal things too. And I've seen some stuff that probably wasn't us. You know what I mean? I've seen a giant cube. I saw a giant cube in the sky one time. That was summer of 2000. Yeah. And it was probably 3 or 4 in the morning by, once again, 75th Avenue in Bell. And I saw this thing at first I saw it with my buddy. We were in a park. We snuck out to go meet up and drink beers and smoke cigarettes like bad kids.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was the summer of us going from elementary into high school. So
yep.
It was hey, let's meet up and drink some Coors Light and smoke some fucking Marlboros like the fucking badass kids we were. Little idiots. But yeah, we saw this bright light in the sky. Yeah, good times, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we thought it was a star, and then we noticed it was moving, and then once we really zeroed in on it, we looked at it, and it looked like a glowing fucking cube, but it was changing colors.
That's what they
had an energy kind of fucking look to it. You know what I mean?
That's a pretty consistent story. They they have the what's it called? Obviously the saucer ones. They have the ones that what's his name, David Fravor saw. Are you familiar with that story?
Which one is that again?
What's it called? Oh shoot, Tic Tac looking thing.
Okay, with the jet.
Yeah.
He's the pilot. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and then also cubes.
Yeah, this was looked like a cube, dude. And there's little white lights flying around it. There's a ring of little white lights flying around it, bro. And this shit was just moving. We stared at it, bro, for probably 20, 30 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like it was just surveying, bro. It wasn't moving quick. And then I was expecting to hear something about it the next morning on the news. Didn't hear anything.
Wow.
So there's stuff going on, bro. And I've had
There's stuff going on out here.
There's stuff going on. And there's stuff going on everywhere.
And it's close to Las Vegas. Yeah. I mean, whatever, Area 51, S4, stuff like that up there.
This phenomena is all over the world, bro. It's not just Arizona. It's not just Roswell, New Mexico. It's all over the world, bro.
Well, remember those things on the East Coast?
Yeah.
That we really never got an answer for?
Those drones?
Yeah.
Probably.
That was such a big thing for a while. And some of those videos, I mean, some of them kind of looked like a drone, but they were up in the air for so long. And it's from what I know, and there's obviously things I don't know as far as technology, but to operate something that big in the air that has no sound or whatever that isn't most likely, it's not a helicopter and it's not a gas engine. I mean, the battery power to operate that thing, I mean, it seems like something we don't have that technology.
Well,
but who knows?
This is my opinion.
There's probably a lot of
and I've
technology.
seen a black helicopter before. I'll tell you this story
in a
second. Well, I think that there is deep in the government, dude. They have fucking crazy ass technology.
Oh, they got it. Yeah.
They have noise
That's 30
canceling.
years past the stuff that we're told about. Yeah.
And they have the ability to project themselves as other things.
Oh.
So I think they have craft that is super advanced, dude. And they can project themselves to look like a plane or look like a this or look like a that. And I think that what we were witnessing during that time was them kind of testing the waters to see how we would react to it.
Because there's been a lot of that lately.
I think that
disclosure,
but deep in the government, bro, there's branches. This is my opinion. I could sound like an idiot. I could be completely wrong, like a dumbass. It's fine. I'm willing to say that.
Talk about it. Nobody really knows.
Nobody really knows, but I think that there's certain parts of the government, or maybe I don't know what it is, military, but they have advanced technology that they've basically recovered different spaceships and stuff from these different beings, advanced beings from, I don't know, other planets or other dimensions that crashed here at some point, or even ancient technology where they've dug up some type of aircraft in some type of archaeological space and been able to back engineer some of the technology and have created some of the stuff that we have, dude.
Well, you know the Bob Lazar story?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it seems... I mean, to me, I usually have a pretty good, like... I mean, I like to think I have a good, like, bullshit radar. And he seems, like, pretty legit. I don't know how much, but he seems pretty legit. I mean, his stories, and he brought his friends out there to go see, like, the spaceship take off, you know, after he was, like, recently getting fired from the place. Or, like, around that time. But his stories, like, matched up with, like, things that were consistent with...
he was around it for sure, bro.
Yeah, I kind of would like to believe it.
Yeah.
And like he hasn't changed his story for a long time.
No.
And like people that lie, they usually like to lie. And I mean, it's not me bringing this information, but I've heard it other places. But like people like to lie about other stuff. Mm-hmm. If you're a liar, you lie about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And his
Obsessive
was like
compulsive
pretty.
liar.
Yeah, like his was pretty consistent. And I don't know.
I think
Very
it'd be
interesting.
I think it'd be very interesting to know his full story because I do think he's seen alien aircraft. I do think that. I think he's
like,
worked around it too.
Was he just used as like somebody that's like a distraction? You know, like that is a possibility too. Like they just fed him a bunch of BS, but I don't like to believe that. But like it could be, right? The government's done crazy stuff before. Like they just fed him a bunch of BS, and he's like, all this stuff's real. You know, who knows? But I like to believe like those stories. And he brought his friends out there. He was like, hey, this is the schedule. We're going to come out on this mountain.
You're going to see this.
Yes.
Yeah, and they would see that crazy, unexplainable flying saucers and stuff flying around.
Yes.
Yep.
Dude.
And that's
so
that's
interesting.
reported by a lot of people that he was doing that at the time. So I think that he was definitely in the know.
He's a smart dude too.
He's a
when he
very
talks.
smart guy. I do think that they fibbed on some of his background and covered some of that stuff up because I do think he was into some really top secret stuff.
Yeah.
Here's what's going on though, Smokey.
Yeah.
You have
Talk to me.
forces at play that the government can't control. The government can't control an advanced being that can do whatever the fuck it wants to do. An
Yeah.
advanced being that can fly its craft down and shut down your nuclear weapon sites. That's fucking scary.
Yeah.
Or something that can make it look like it's on the radar, but then you look and there's nothing there. That scares the shit out of the military.
Yeah.
They can't control
want-
that. So
They want to have control about stuff.
I think they want to
Yeah.
have control and they want to kind of gauge our interest on it and our understanding. I think the more that we become comfortable with this subject matter, the more they open up to us. And the more they open up to us, bro, the more we kind of go, oh, fuck, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
I don't think there's one thing going on. I think there's a lot of stuff going on,
Yeah.
bro. And I think there's good, bad, and indifferent.
Yeah.
I think that there's advanced beings, aliens, whatever they are, interdimensional type things that they're all doing all different types of stuff. Some of them are probably just coming down here and going, what's this? They're probably like what we would do if we were go to another planet.
Yeah.
Studying, sightseeing.
Yeah.
And then some of them are like doing more insidious stuff. But to us, it's not good. But to them, it's just the way that they function. So I think there's a
It's the
lot.
unknown.
It's scary.
Yeah.
And they don't want the public to shit their pants, bro. So they can't let us know all that. So I do think that there's a part of the
I think
government.
they should though, right?
I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
I'm ready to shit my pants, bro. I mean, I'm a big Bigfoot guy.
Oh, are you?
Oh, I'm eventually going to get a Bigfoot tattoo. I already got an alien tattoo.
Dude, talk to me, because I grew up in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh, they're there. And just my opinion on the Bigfoot, it's all over the world. It's
Oh, okay.
yeah, for sure. It's everywhere, but just different like species of it, but essentially a bipedal, hairy, humanoid-esque creature, you know, that is more connected to nature. And I think it was Michio Kaku,
Oh, yeah.
a theoretical physicist who talked about like
I know.
How does a fish perceive us? Like, if there's a super intelligent fish, how does a fish think of us? We're almost in another dimension. It doesn't fully understand the world that we come from.
Yeah.
We could jump into the sea and be in its world, and it now sees us and understands us and has a certain view of us.
Yeah.
But when we get out of the ocean, it doesn't know what the fuck, what our world. I think there are creatures that are just beyond the veil, so to speak, that live around us, that have the ability to, so to speak, dive into our reality when they want to, i.e., grab someone's livestock, pick berries from your fucking garden, whatever it may be, whatever their temperament is. And when they want to, they can go back into the area they come from, and we can't sense them. But also, I feel like when it comes to Bigfoot, it's very much connected to nature. And a lot of the people that see Bigfoot are hunters.
Hunters, yeah.
Well, why is that? What's a hunter doing? A hunter's going out into the woods and he's killing an animal and he's taking it back. Well, what's the Bigfoot doing? That's the Bigfoot's grounds. That's where the Bigfoot is also getting its food source. So maybe
competition type of thing?
I think there's a thing where
it's like you're taking my lunch?
I think there's a territorial thing, and I think there's a thing to where these types of creatures, they say that they can talk telepathically. They have their own language, but they also have the ability to telepathically talk. Now, if you could telepathically talk, sorry, man, I fucking listened to so much stuff.
No, let's
on
go.
cryptids.
I like this stuff.
Thanks, bro. Finally, I get to be able to talk about Bigfoot.
I love this. Let's
Thank
go.
you, Joe. But if you can communicate telepathically, what else are you able to pick up from somebody? Are you able to read this person's mind? Are you able to look at this person and kind of just tell what kind of person they are? And I think if you're a Bigfoot and you're territorial and a hunter comes into your territory, you may want to be like, hey, I got to prove a point so this person doesn't come back and take the deer that are here or the elk that are here. And part of that is just presenting themselves. If you're standing, if you are in nature and you think you're the apex predator and you got a gun on your back and nothing's going to stop you because that gun and your intelligence is going to be, and your truck is going to be able to fucking take out anything in front of you, then the next thing you know, you see a 9-foot tall, hairy humanoid guy that's so big that you know that if you were to shoot it with your gun, it's not going to do anything but piss it off.
Yeah.
And the first thing you do is shit your pants. A lot of these people that see it, I'd shit my pants.
Yeah, 100%.
A lot of these people that see it piss and shit themselves. You know what I mean? And it's like PTSD. And it's like, I think it's the Bigfoot's way of saying, hey, slow down on hunting and get out of my territory. And I think that there is, in a weird way, what we would consider like spirituality to it, bro. There's a spirituality and there's a connectedness to nature, something that we've lost. I think that if we were to go off and live in the woods for the next couple thousand years, first of all, we'd grow unibrows, right? We'd both have unibrows, right? We'd be a little bit more fucking wild looking. And what other...
Yeah, for sure.
You know, we may get bigger canine. I don't know. But, like, what instincts would come up from us? Because, dude, if you take a domesticated pig... I'm talking about a big pink pig with white peach fuzz hair. And you put them in the wild. You know what happens after a couple months? They grow fucking tusks. Their hair changes colors. What the fuck? They can turn into another fucking animal. So it's like...
It's kind of like a mountain man.
They turn into a mountain man. They're more connected. So I feel like whatever these creatures are not only more connected to nature, but they're just beyond our ability to comprehend. And because they're just beyond our ability to comprehend, they have different superpower kind of things that they can do.
Different senses. And
I think they're more on a spiritual realm. But there's a lot of shit going on out there, bro. I don't think it's just Bigfoot. Dude, I think there's a lot of shit going on out there, bro.
I think so too. Because we're still figuring things out every day. You know, figuring things out about the ocean, you know. I mean, imagine what's out in the ocean we don't know about. And the forests, I mean, they're so thick. You go up into the Pacific Northwest, just because I'm from there, like, dude, it is immense forest. Like, as far as the eye can see. And things could hide in there, especially if it's like a multi-dimensional being, you know, be easy to hide out
That's
there.
intelligent.
Yeah.
I mean, they've never found bones. They've never found, I don't think they've really found scat. I don't think they've really found, you know, they find hair and stuff like that, but you don't find evidence other than structures every now and again, but you don't really find too much evidence of, like, if it were dead, of somebody coming across one. So there's something to where we're not finding that shit. Have you ever ran into anybody who ever saw a Bigfoot?
A guy I knew, or one of my, a very good buddy of mine, Lyle, he was big into Bigfoot. And he would go out like hiking alone. So he would go out like in, you know, take these like retreats out into the forest 3 days alone. And he was like convinced that Bigfoot exists.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Yeah. It's out there. I think that there's more than just the Bigfoot, and I think that we'd probably be pretty scared to know probably the reality. And I think the government, once again, going back to like the government and UFOs, I think they do know a lot about that. And I think that's another reason why they don't talk about it, because if you open that book, people are going to go, fuck that, go get the miniguns with the Black Hawk helicopters. We're going to get the fucking lasers shooters. We're going to get them and blow the whole we just need to nuke this one part of the forest where the main hub is. And you can't do that. You can't, you know what I mean? We have to live. Yeah. We have to live with these things, you know? And it's like we just have to come to terms with, you know, we're not the apex, bro. You know, we're not the apex. Now, we're fucking special. Human beings are special, but we're not the fucking top of the food chain when it comes to this stuff. And those things are fucking out there. I just say this.
Even bears.
Fucking bears,
cougars,
bro.
I get scared of.
Fucking cougar.
Mountain lions.
Fuck that shit. That scares the fuck out of me too, bro. Because they're smart too.
And they're here too. Dude, in Scottsdale, I've seen this big ass one licking out of somebody's pool. I just saw it on a video the other day. Dude, those things are terrifying. They're so cool too.
And they're smart.
But they are terrifying.
They're, once again, alpha. Like, I've heard stories.
They look like they're taking all the creatine.
Yeah. And it's crazy too, right? It's like this animal that just like is living on, you know, just its own hunting abilities. And it's
a
like,
lion.
It's a fucking lion, dude.
Just out there in the streets.
Hunting you, like the predator.
Yeah.
I have heard a story. My brother lived in Northern California, and he told me about a guy who had a cabin out there. You know, they have mountain lions all over the place, too.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, this mountain lion, they built a cabin near this mountain lion's territory, and this guy had 2 guard dogs.
So terrifying, dude.
And this mountain lion killed both the guard dogs, bro. Didn't eat the guard dogs, killed the guard dogs, and put them by the front door of the fucking guy's cabin.
I'm out.
Just to say,
selling the place.
Your guard dogs ain't gonna do shit to me, and this is my fucking home.
I'm terrified.
That's a move, bro. It had nothing to do with sustenance, had nothing to do with meat. It was a fucking message.
Oh.
And when we start thinking about that, bro, an animal that's basically saying, hey, fuck off. That's scary. It ain't saying I'm gonna take this to live off of it. It's saying you need to get the fuck out of here. The thing that you thought was gonna chase me off, no.
Yeah.
You need to get the hell out of here, bro.
Yeah.
So they're intelligent, bro. The animals are intelligent. People, don't wait for the scientists to tell you that fucking animals are intelligent. They're intelligent. They communicate.
Dude, even cats, house cats, they have like an
smart,
intelligence.
Bro.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, they are.
They bring you stuff, and then they also like send little messages, and oh, dude, it's.
Bro, they read
to think about a big cat like that. Oh, dude, they freak me out. Every time I'm hiking, even I'm hiking in like Dreamy Draw, I'm like.
Good, bro. And just, I'll say this.
Even though there's probably not out there, but.
If you ever get a sense about you, if you're ever in the wilderness, and this may never happen to you ever, bro. But if you're ever out in the woods, bro, or outside in nature, and you get a feeling like something's looking at you, bro, and you get a feeling like something bad is gonna happen, you just get this feeling like, you ever almost been in a car crash and you don't hit the car and it just works out.
I've had that out hiking where I was like,
you could feel like, ooh, something bad's gonna happen, bro. Just say a little positive message inside your head. Hey, I'm here just for a good thing, and then get the fuck out of there, bro. Get back. Say a prayer.
Yeah.
Whatever your religious beliefs are, put out positive energy. Say a prayer.
Yeah.
And get the fuck out of there, bro.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of there, bro.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Because there's shit that we don't know, bro. And then there's my advice there. But dude, dogs and cats, can they not read your emotions?
Oh, for sure.
Of course they can, bro. Like anybody who owns dogs and cats knows if you're sad, what does your cat or your dog do? They come up to you, they curl up behind you, they're a little bit more affectionate because they know, hey, my owner's sad.
Eyes.
You don't even need to say anything to them. They fucking know, bro.
Yeah.
Because they could feel that. You know what I mean? So animals are on another level as far as like their abilities and shit, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, it's so interesting. I know with like I hadn't had a cat like most growing up, like most of my life, but Daisy had a cat, so we got the cat together when she didn't live here, and now it's living in the house. And that cat, I love cats now. I used to just be totally a dog guy. I was like pretty against cats, but dude, cats have this. Dogs, I have like a closer bond to, and like there's something about them that's so loving, and like it's just an awesome relationship. But cats have this thing, you look in their eyes and there's something like, that's why like, you know, the Egyptians like worship cats, and like they would get like buried with them. There's something about cats that they're working on like a different frequency.
Oh, for sure, bro. Yeah, there's something special there, dude. No doubt about it. Yeah, there's different beliefs that think that they can like go into like the fucking spirit realm and stuff like that, and just kind of be able to. Well, we all know that
people say, cats can like see.
They can see spirits and shit, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They
Sometimes
can see
your cat
beyond
will be
that
like,
veil.
Looking at something, you're like, what are you looking at? You know?
That's another thing too, bro.
Freaks
If
me
you're
out.
ever in the wild and if you got your dog with you, you know, if you actually happen to bring a cat out in the wild, which probably isn't a good idea, your cat may fucking disappear.
Duke would be running, dude.
Yeah, he's out. He's like back in my natural habitat. Peace.
Yeah, exactly.
But you gotta, you know, you listen to the fucking animals, dude, because the animals are gonna fucking let you know way before you can.
Yeah.
If something fucking weird's going on, if there's a fucking cranky Sasquatch that wants to fucking steal your bacon from your fucking fire,
dude,
you gotta
100%.
watch the fuck. It wants to steal your fucking doobie out of your fucking out of your backpack.
Yeah.
Just leave the doobie and fucking run, bro. The dog's gonna
100%.
fucking know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, let's do what's called a rapid fire questions. Rapid fire questions. So, oh my gosh.
Rapid
Bro,
fire.
we got roaches around here?
It's all good.
Oh my gosh, dude, spray it. Was that seriously a roach?
There's a fast-moving beetle, maybe. I don't know.
Gosh dang,
It's all
bro.
good,
What
dude.
type of operation am I running here?
It happens,
Got
dude.
roaches in here? Gosh dang,
They're
bro.
everywhere, bro. Don't worry.
Got you out here in the
You got a
hood,
beautiful
dude.
home, bro. You got a
You
beautiful
out here
home, bro.
in the day. We
No
got
judgment.
roaches. Okay, rapid fire questions. So how this works? Ask you to pick between two different options.
Okay.
If you don't want to pick it, you take a drink.
Okay.
And we could do a shot too, or we
If I
could
don't
just
want to
drink.
pick one of the options,
Yeah.
okay, then I take a drink.
Yep. And then if you pick one of the options, you can give a little backstory on it, but we keep it quick.
Okay.
Okay. Rapid fire questions. I'm make a whole
Rapid
animation.
fire.
I've been doing this one for the last. There's some games that I've been putting in here, but the last game that I was doing are like kind of like. I gotta do some. I gotta make some changes to it. We were drawing on the whiteboard, and it's kind of like killed the momentum. So I gotta like reinvent that, figure it out. Anyway, okay. Rapid fire questions. First question: spray paint or brush paint?
Woo, that's a toughie. Oh, that's a
I know
tough
it's a
one,
toughie,
bro.
huh?
Dude, I can't pick one, bro, because they're equal to me, dude.
All right, take a shot.
Shit, I have to, bro. Sorry, man.
I was doing shots with this,
Shit,
and then
that's a
I'm
good
like,
question.
it's It's too much.
That's the same for you though too, man. What about you?
Oh man. Fun-wise, spray paint.
Yeah.
Fun-wise spray paint.
Yeah.
But I do find a little bit more satisfaction in like finished canvases.
Yeah.
Like I find like a little bit more satisfaction because I can fine tune things to a way that I still haven't gotten to that. And my canvases, it's not up to a certain level either, but like I'm at a spray paint. I still each one that I do, I'm still kind of like, but that you notice every part that's like you're not happy with.
There's so many different universes to painting.
Yeah.
I feel like spray paint is fun and it gets you out into like a different, just going off what you just said, bro, because you kind of like made me fucking think about that just by saying that. They're both fun, but yeah, painting itself, there's so many different like avenues you can go down.
Mm-hmm.
To whereas spray paint, there's avenues, but there's kind of like, okay, there's spray painting, this is kind of how you do it kind of thing. To whereas painting itself, I mean, you could fucking oil paint, watercolor paint, acrylic paint, all these different materials they have now that you can fuse together with different kinds of painting on glass, yeah, there's different, but they're both, it's hard to pick one, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. They each have like their like positives and negatives and
Totally.
yeah. I do enjoy like I've done some like brush murals and I really enjoy that like crisp finish. You know, where like those little lines that you do at the end, like that little highlight. I really enjoy that process of like being where like spray paint it's faster. So there's a little bit more like you gotta add this highlight. You're going like, quick movements where sometimes like I can get really held up in like, damn, I wanted that like little highlight to go up a little bit more.
Yeah.
And now if I try that again, now it's too much. And so it's like, it's a very like fine line with spray paint where like brush paint, I feel like you can really just get that.
Yeah.
You can get those like crisp lines exactly where you want them, which I find that to be very satisfying. But fun-wise, spray paint.
Yeah.
Fun-wise, spray paint. Okay, next one.
I agree.
Client work or personal work?
If I had to be honest, bro, like personal work, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I had to be honest, bro. I've lucked out to where I've gotten some really fucking cool client work that just was like, dude, I'm so fucking glad I got this opportunity to kind of like infuse my own kind of thing into this and make it my own and kind of like get interested in what this other person wants.
Yeah.
But like, dude, I got some crazy ass shit going on in my head where I'm like, dude, I could just fucking go into that universe. Like if I was independently wealthy and didn't get like hooked on any kind of like vice, which I'm not.
Yeah.
But if I could just focus on like my own projects and shit, like I could just fucking comic books and just fucking do my own fucking thing, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what it's about too, is like getting the stuff that you want to get out there too, man. What you're interested in too. So
yeah.
Bigfoots.
Bigfoot.
It all just be Bigfoot stuff.
Dude,
bro.
I remember coming to your place downtown. What was that for? I was bringing a painting. I think you were doing an art show. Oh yeah, you were doing an art show at that.
Hawks Out?
No, not at Hawks. You were doing one at like this lobby. It was like a lobby in a hotel, in like an apartment building, I think it was.
Oh, Oasis on Grand?
Possibly.
The Siseo?
No, it was. There was a good amount of people in it. Oh shoot, what was it? I just remember I brought a painting in there to put in the gallery that you were. It was years back. It was years back. But I remember seeing your spot, and you had so many like cool pieces in there. I remember you had one that had like a really cool frame on it. Really cool detailed frame. I think you had like fixed part of the frame.
Oh yeah.
And then there was one where it had like kind of like political figures and like different, like super detailed work. And I just loved it. I liked looking around like you know, you go to some people's studios, you kind of get like a glimpse into their head, and it's like I remember leaving there being like, dude, I felt so inspired looking at like the different styles and yeah, it was awesome.
Smokey, sometimes it's fun to just say, fuck it, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna fucking pull my fucking cock out. And I know that sounds fucking crazy. And I'm not saying literally, but I just mean artistically. Just like, all right, I'm gonna get judged. I've already been judged. Fuck you. Bah! I'm just gonna fucking bust it out. And it all comes from just like an emotion, bro.
Yeah.
Like there's an emotion behind a lot of it. It could be a loving emotion. It could be wanting to show something, and it could just be like, fuck it, I don't give a shit kind of emotion. I'm just gonna do it. And some of that political stuff is like, dude, it's overwhelming. You know what I mean? That whole world. So it's like sometimes I feel like I just gotta interject with a little piece of artwork. You know? Dude,
I think artwork's good. That's what I mean. It gets those things out that are like in the like deepest crevices of our mind.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm. I think that's really cool. And I love seeing that in your studio. I love going into people's like creative spaces and like seeing what's in people's minds. And like sometimes you're so blown away, and then also you're like, I need to work harder. That was incredible. So
right? No, totally.
Like
this, bro. Like where I'm at right now with your house, man. The murals everywhere. It's beautiful, dude.
Well, it's a lot of shit.
You're doing it right, bro. You're doing it right, bro, for sure, man.
Paige was like, you got like a, she bring me into like some sort of like sacrificial, she got a seance tree or something in here.
Like a Burning Man tree or some shit.
Are those kids that you, she was like, those kids that you sacrifice with the shoes?
Their shoes.
Yeah. No, that's actually my old skate shoes.
Nice.
Because I like stopped. Sadly, like my favorite thing to do in the world was skateboarding. It was like skateboarding is such a form of art, and it was like just incredible. You can look at like something that somebody made for like, you know, an office space, like the front, like the staircase, and everything becomes something more when you're a skateboarder. Everything becomes something that you can create. You know, a handrail becomes something that you can create something totally unique, or you can make it into something else. A parking garage. Nobody sees a parking garage as fun. When you're a skateboarder, that becomes fun. That whole like lens to look at life is like that. It's altered my whole life.
That's
and
awesome.
I love skateboarding, but I haven't. It's just it hurts so bad now.
Yeah.
And I messed my knee up pretty bad, and it's just I've turned that more into like painting now, which I find that same enjoyment, but skateboarding was like, it's hard to fill that hole
it's
in my
still
life.
in you though, bro.
It is.
And you learned a lot from it.
It is. I
That's
love
sick,
it
bro.
so much to this day. I've watched all the skate videos and stuff. I love it. But I don't do it as much. I did it past hurting my knee. I did it for like years that I felt like I got really good years out of it. And then maybe like 4 years ago, 3-4 years, I started slowing down. And also because I didn't have insurance those years. And
Smart.
just like can't really paint a mural when you break your leg, you know. So that played a part, which sounds so lame, but
I respect it though,
it
bro.
is what it is.
I respect that, bro. I could just cruise. I always looked at the people that were able to actually fucking do tricks, man. I would definitely be in a wheelchair here if I fucking even attempted to fucking try to do that shit. So the fact that you took it to that level and that what you just told me there is very, very fucking cool, man. It ties in the whole creativity, and skateboarding's always been tied to like art too in a way too, with the board designs and the culture behind it, music, everything. So that's cool, bro. Hell yeah, that's cool you fucking did that.
I feel like skateboarders, and maybe this is tooting skateboarders' horn, but like skateboarders, like we're very much like trendsetters, like the skate shoes, like the style, like how many people like influencers, like, you know, wearing Thrasher shirts and stuff like that. Like skateboarding is like it's such a pure art form that takes, like we were talking about earlier, like takes like you got to give it your all. Anybody that's like doing it real, you got to give it your all. And sometimes you give it your all and you sack on the rail, you know, or you break your leg, like, and then you got to get out there and do it again. Dude, like learning a trick sometimes is not only like learning a painting. or like trying to finish a piece, but like you're actually getting hurt doing it too. And I just really enjoy like that process of like
sacrifice, bro.
Sacrifice and like dedication, and like that when you try to trick for 3 hours and then you finally landed, that feeling, and you could take that feeling into everything in life. Like that whole of like, I need to just give up on this. No, I'm not. And then you land it. I need to just like, oh, I just twisted my ankle. Ah.
Just that dedication,
going back
bro.
in 2 weeks. Yeah, that whole like spirit of it. Sounds cheesy with spirit, but like that, I just love skateboarding.
You're right, bro. I respect it. I've just admired it. You know, I've been around it, and I've never been able to do it. But yeah, bro, I respect it big time. It's fucking cool, dude. Yeah, I can see what you're talking about too with everything. That's sick.
Yeah. Okay, next one. I could talk skateboarding for
it's fucking dope, dude.
Forever. Social media or no social media in the world?
No social media in the world, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
even for advertising your work, showing your work, that's a tough one.
It's I'll put it this way, you know, like if I didn't, I have to do it because I'm an artist. I have to.
It is a cancer though.
And I have to try to like work with the system in place to be able to make it a benefit to me. You know what I mean? When it comes to what I'm creating. And I don't judge anybody who's doing that, bro. I get it. I'm doing it my own crappy way, and everybody's has their own way of doing it. And it's like, but if I wasn't an artist, bro, and trying to get my stuff out there, I want to be on it, bro, because I do feel like it is a way to control you. And I'm actually going to be making a painting here soon that I've been wanting to paint for the last fucking couple years. Last year and a half. I've just been lazy about getting it started. But it desensitizes you, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it's not all the content, but there's certain content on there that just is fucking people's heads up, bro. And it's maybe not you and maybe not me, but there's people out there that are getting desensitized from it, bro. And it's fucking their world up, and it's fucking their view of everyone else up. And we gotta be, and this is, I'm gonna bring it back to Bigfoot. We got to be more like Bigfoot, bro. We got to put down the phones, dude. And I'm saying that jokingly. Get back to nature. We got to get back to nature, man. Yeah. Because that's who we are.
Yes.
Dude, if you look at it.
That's why I like growing plants and stuff, because it ties me back to that.
100%, bro. And that's why that recharges your soul, bro, and recharges you as a person, because that's what we're connected to.
Dude, that hummingbird today?
Bro.
In the backyard?
Yeah.
This hummingbird was chilling around me and Dave for longer than I've ever seen. I think Dave's a good omen because, dude,
I think you are, bro.
That hummingbird was hanging out for so long, and it was drinking the sprinklers were on, or like the drip system was on, and the hummingbird was just like chilling, drinking it,
loving
and then
life.
move on to this one, and then coming back, and it was just like.
It got close to us,
bro.
It
looked like an alien. It was so close to us.
Bro, it was like right here. Like you're there, you're right here. It's like right here, beside us, bro.
Dude, it was so dope, and that
was awesome.
Like how many things have I watched? Like I watch YouTube a lot. How many times have you been scrolling, and it was cooler than that?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
that was so dope.
Just being able to see up close that little dude doing his thing, and just, you know, you feel the same way as I. And I know a lot of other people do too, where, you know, they're good omens, bro. When you see that little hummingbird, it's like, okay, something's going right here, bro.
It was
you know, many different cultures looked at it that way, and you could just kind of feel that, man. So it's like, it was awesome, dude. And but it's that phone is a box, brother.
Yeah.
And it puts you in an area where it controls what you're seeing, and it controls your perception.
Yeah.
But that's not reality.
Yeah.
The hummingbird was reality, bro. The plants were reality. That mountain was reality, bro.
Yeah.
The skateboard outside that you were fucking hitting that fucking grind on was reality, bro. But watching that video of some fucking dumbass doing something that is brainwashing you into thinking that's what's cool, that's not fucking reality, bro. You got to follow this, man. And I think that that's putting down. One day I hope to be able to put down the phone for good, bro. You know, and just get back out into nature a little bit more. It is hard, bro.
Yeah, it's usually the easiest answer is not the right one, and the phone is usually the easiest answer to like satisfy you, and
Sure.
usually that's the wrong thing. There's a lot of good that comes from it, you know, advertising yourself and getting clients and
Get that
and
dopamine
putting
rush.
but it is that quick dopamine rush is usually not great. Okay, along the same lines, no AI or AI. Think about all the good things of it and all the bad things.
So, I think when it comes to artificial intelligence, it can be used basically as a tool or it can be used as a crutch.
Yeah.
And I think that if you rely on it too heavily, it can be something that's going to hurt you
Yeah.
in the long run.
Yeah.
But if you use it in a way to enhance, it can help you.
Okay.
Myself, I try to keep it old school, you know what I mean? And I try to do it the way I've been doing it, but it can be used in a way like if you're putting together resumes, if you're writing stuff, if you're trying to get a different look on something, if you're trying to get more information on something and you know that it's telling you the truth and it's not telling you kind of bullshit that it's, because a lot of it is just kind of being pulled up from fucking Google, you know what I mean? It's just like a Google search.
100%. Yeah.
Don't rely on it. I would say this to a kid who's just starting off in art. I'd say don't use it.
Yeah.
I would say you need to find out what your thing is and you need to harness that. Now, once you get to a certain level, maybe fuck with it if you want to. You know what I mean? But don't ever let it be the end all be all, man. Because at the end of the day, it's like if you're doing commercial stuff, if you get hired by a company and every day you're have to come up with a bunch of different designs for something, I could see somebody using AI, bro. Because you're going to be able to come up with like things quickly and it's going to be a little bit sharper.
Yeah.
But if you got something to say that's coming from here, bro, you may not want to use it as much.
100%.
So I see its uses, but I see how it can make you to where you're one of those chubby people on Wall-E, bro, where you're just sitting in that thing and you're being fed everything, and you're you kind of become soft.
Yeah.
Don't be soft, bro.
Yeah.
Be fucking hard, bro. Be a machine, bro.
Stay hard.
Stay hard to a certain aspect, dude.
Yeah.
And but it's not for me because I have my way of doing things. But for the youth that's going to be using it more often, use it as a tool, not a crutch, bro.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I do use it for fucking filling out fucking questionnaires and bullshit like that. You know what I mean?
So if you had to choose it to stay or go, you'd say stay, but caution?
Stay but caution.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no stopping it.
There's no...
In reality, there's no stopping it.
There's no stopping it. Yeah.
Okay. Old Roosevelt, so like First Fridays or Grand Ave, New Grand Ave.
Oh, man.
And you can drink if you don't want to answer.
Well, old Roosevelt has memories of like people that aren't around anymore and like situations that aren't around anymore.
Yeah. There were
then,
some
like,
good times.
New Grand is like, you know, there's good times there too, but it's like it's I can't answer that. I'd say
kind of at its
I'd say equal.
a new blossom.
A new blossom, yeah.
Okay. Corporate gigs or like working for like a home on Airbnb?
If it ain't your own thing, bro, it's gonna come down to is it something that you can connect with and how much you're getting paid.
Straight up.
Bro, because if it's somebody, dude, you know what I mean? If there's somebody coming at you going, here's $50K, here's $100K, and you're able to fucking make that mortgage payment and put down a down payment on this and pay some bills off, I ain't hating, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't hating at all, dude, you know what I mean? And I get that.
Yeah.
But if it's somebody who's really cool, dude, and you connect with them and they're commissioning a mural, and maybe they're not paying you a ton of money, but they're paying you what it's worth, you know, and you're able to kind of like infuse your work with it and learn something from it. Because a lot of times, you know how it is, man. People want to connect with you just to kind of get to know you, dude.
Yeah.
And they want to like have something cool that you've done, bro. And that's a special experience, bro, that you're kind of like it's a give and take, bro.
In somebody's home, maybe their kids grow up with it. Yeah.
Or it's another artist, bro.
Yeah.
Or it's like a person who was a ceramicist back in the fucking 80s and they respected the arts, but they've always wanted a mural of so-and-so in their backyard, and they're hiring you because they respect that. And as you're out there painting, they're talking to you about what it was like back when they were coming up. And that whole experience is like, dude, that's cool too.
Yeah.
But then if someone's coming at you, so I'd say...
corporate gigs are home and Airbnbs.
Corporate gigs are home and Airbnbs. Depends where you're at, bro.
Yeah,
if you're financially stable, then home and Airbnb. If you need the money, then it's corporate gig,
okay. Bro. Conor McGregor or John Jones? Kind of jumping into UFC stuff.
Fuck, dude.
And this is one I was like thinking. I'm like, what's the toughest, or what are some tough UFC questions? Because you and me, I'm a big UFC fan, watched it for years, and this one is a tough one for me, for many reasons that you might feel as well, but. Let me know. Conor McGregor, John Jones. They're both, not exactly the same by any means. We're not saying that.
Yeah.
But
I gotta answer it with a third person, bro.
Okay.
Fyodor Emelianenko. Fedor, bro. I'm a Fedor guy.
You're a Fedor guy?
Conor.
He was from the Pride.
He was from Pride Fighting. Came from Stereosko, Russia. Super humble, quiet guy, and. There was no fucking ill intent, bro. There was nothing where he was coming at you like, I'm gonna fucking kill. He was a sportsman.
Yeah.
It was a sport, bro. And he was just coming at it, just trying to be a regular fucking dude who happened. And the sport that he was good at was beating the fucking living shit out of people.
Yeah.
But if he beat you, he'd fucking help you up, pat you on the back, hug you, and go, hey, you know what? Thanks, man. And I think that John Jones and like Conor are coming at it from like a little bit of a different standpoint. They both have, when you're talking about John Jones, you're talking about one of the best ever.
Yeah.
As far as like,
I love watching his fights.
Physical abilities, game planning. He
has a gifted build too.
He is a gifted build.
He's like long but like sturdy.
Oh man, and just technically very gifted, dude. Because good at wrestling. A lot of tall, lanky guys aren't good at wrestling. Yeah. He's a phenomenal wrestler.
Yeah.
And out-wrestled DC, and just both great. Conor McGregor, I liked him early on. Obviously in his heyday when he was.
That's what I mean. Them at their heydays.
He was, dude. I'll tell you, he was.
It's that leg break.
Okay, if I had to choose between two, I'd go to early Conor.
Bro,
the modern
that's what I mean.
Conor is like, a little bit. He's gone a little bit crazy.
That energy. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like Conor, obviously not him now with the. Oh, you see the moon out there, mate? Holy smokes, you see the moon out there?
Knocking out mascots and shit, dude, in the fucking basketball games.
But dude, when he was at his top in the UFC, it was like.
It was cool.
Something to watch. It was something to like. It was a spectacle.
It was inspiring.
It was.
And he came from the dole, which is like the equivalent of unemployment here.
Yeah.
To see a guy go.
He was like telling his girlfriend or whatever, like, we're gonna make it, babe, and they're living in this like shitty little apartment, and it's like now he's on yachts, and I mean it's gone to his head. Whose head could it not go to?
It was cool to see that.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It was cool to see that, and he's so fucking good at talking.
Yeah.
He's so good. There's one thing about the guy, I've kind of like lost a little bit of respect for him with kind of like the way that he lives his life now. But I'll say this, when you hear the guy fucking talk, dude, it does get